At some point it'll go. Holy shit. It's been years, months, something.
What's up, you
Seems
guys?
like it.
We got Garfield with us
Time
again.
has slowed.
We're going to tell some stories. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to Real Men Talk Shit.
Your favorite
Holy
podcast.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
Your favorite
Welcome back to your
podcast
favorite
you've never
podcast.
fucking listened to. But
Yeah,
maybe.
If we can call it a podcast.
it
You
is
know,
a
we can call
podcast.
it
We got to get better on
It
this
is.
whole weekly part of the sentence. Consider it a weekly podcast.
Your
We're not
favorite
doing
Yeah,
K-pop
it.
podcast.
At some time, we'll get the timing right.
It's your favorite sometimes on track podcast, sometimes not. We do have Garfield back for those
Nice.
who,
What's up, you guys? Yo.
who are watching or listening right now. We have Garfield, my
Mhm.
one of my absolute, best friends of all time, not only from prison, but I consider prison friends to be real life, of course,
Yeah,
So,
no shit.
the drummer of mine for a year and a half, or I was the guitarist,
Yes.
depending on how you want to look at it. Not to mention he also plays guitar and bass, etc. He actually is the one who showed me the fundamentals of slapping. Remember, Garfield?
Yeah, little
I don't-
something, little something.
I don't really use my pinky as much anymore, unfortunately,
Nah.
but I still appreciate you showing it to
Yeah,
me.
it's
guys.
actually, that shit. You got to build that strength in that, man. It's the index finger for real. I mean,
If you went from playing with
kinda use
your
it
pinky
once.
as well, wouldn't that be considered fisting instead of slapping?
oh my god.
Hopefully. Hey, I know you can pop and slap that bass, but can you fist it?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. That's
I'm
a whole
leaving.
nother level. That's a
I'm
whole
like,
nother
hey.
level.
This guy just auditioned for our band, and we asked him, "Hey, can you fist that bass?" I'm
Hey,
leaving. I don't want to join Metallica. Bye.
Can you find what would that even look like? What?
I don't think we need to find out. I'm kind of tempted to grab the bass and find out, but I'm
Dude,
not sure.
I have a drum set now, and I think I've been kind of nervous about it. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and play Crazy Train.
Oh shit! Look, see, this is the
Yeah.
thing. We can record your drums to it
And
for the backing track of my stream when I play it for the hype train. It'll be great. I'll be like,
Are you
look, that's
serious?
authentic
Yeah. You
Garfield
gonna do that?
playing it. Well, I mean, I play it along with the track anyway. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you recorded a time, a time,
Yeah, on
correct,
time. Yeah. That's
click
yeah.
track
That's
it or something, then yeah, I could absolutely do that. Hell, I wouldn't mind putting my own version of it up anyways. I can play the rhythm on it and everything, throw the bass behind it. You know how I like to do it.
hey.
You remember when we were in there and I'd jump over there and show either one of the Allens how to play it on bass and
Yeah.
then jump back over to guitar?
Yeah, we all
And then
have each
all
other,
of
yeah.
us also put all of our music into GarageBand and we sing the song like Ozzy Osbourne and
See,
Nice.
try and
exactly.
produce the track.
GarageBand has built-in auto-tune, so we can't sound that bad. We
Exactly.
literally can. You just
Oh,
pick the key,
man,
and the key is A major, so it'll be great.
I do
So-
miss that shit, bro.
How the hell have you
Ain't gonna
been,
lie.
Garfield? Josh, make sure to post it in the Discord so that way everything is done.
Yes.
Man,
Um,
well, I got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do at one time, but it's happening. Like I'm rebuilding my truck right now, and like I was telling you guys, I just found out that when I installed this new cam, I messed up. I didn't set the timer right, so I got to go back and do that. But it's okay because it's way cheaper than what I thought it was gonna be. So I'm cool on that, and got some other projects working on, especially getting our brother Reggie out. And I'm educating people on what I'm wearing right now, 924C stacking. And actually, Reggie actually sent me those shirts. He had them on standby. It was sitting at his mom's house when I went down there, and he was like, "Dude, you just like take them." So I'm actually probably the next show we're gonna do. I'll probably give out the first person who comments in the comment below, like, I'll give you a free shirt just to kind of get it for real, man, just to get some things
Hey.
going, man.
Free
But
product.
yeah, so yeah, I've been pretty busy, man, just trying to get things back together though, for real.
Yeah, Reggie was a guy that was in the music scene with us in there.
Great guy, man.
I don't care about talking about it. I know Garfield doesn't.
Yeah.
One band, in my opinion, was specifically sort of because of the limited number of musicians that we even had, was sort of the Black Band. And Reggie was kind of the forefront of that. Obviously, Garfield was in that. I mean, not that anybody cared about, Garfield, for example, being our drummer as well. But I used to go jam with them too. And man, that was great. Reggie was a phenomenal musician, dude.
I wish we was able to record some of that shit because there was sometimes we'd be in there jamming, like one person be tuned, like Josh would start tuning up, he'll start just playing the riff, and then Reggie start playing the bass line, and I catch up, like, oh, and then all of a sudden, and then Mike start playing it, and then all of a sudden we're all playing. We don't know what's happening, but it's just happening.
Me or Mike would just be like, E major. And then
Yeah,
just like boogieing down and grooving and be like, oh shit. And they'd be like, that white boy's funky, man.
God.
I specifically remember the E major one. You remember that, Garfield? You were on drums at that time, so I guess you wouldn't have specifically known E major, but I remember that's the one where you were like, oh my God,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that's
There's
the
like
one
there
I
was
was thinking
sometimes
of.
it was like, yo, it was just, and then like after it was over, it was like, oh my God, we made a ripping time with that shit, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, we get on the plane and we all be looking like this, like
did we just do that? Yeah, we
that
just
was
did
crazy
that.
because I remember that amp, that shitty 40-watt beat up Viper amp, and there had that crazy reverse swirl effect on it.
Yeah,
I turned that on and I started
yeah,
doing the E
yeah.
major chord, and I was just pulling it back and forth, and it was just warping this E major. Just it was crazy. And then Mike just was like Guitar George, knew all the chords, like the damn Sultans of Swing. You know, he knew like every chord known to man. Showed me how to do 11th chords and 13 chords.
Yeah,
and now he's like E major, and we're over here. Oh man, just great times. Yeah, Reggie was a phenomenal musician, and I remember not knowing too terribly much about his case. I know that he was fighting it the whole time that we were there, but he's been essentially wrongly accused, right?
Okay, so this is the deal, right? And now that I actually went out there and went to Alabama to go visit his family and like see where he's from, and like it's crazy. We meet each other, you know, in there, but imagine like some of the lifers that you ever met when we was down and shit like that. Like Bilal, like if we went and met his damn family. Imagine that. What would that be like?
They
and
probably
seeing
kill
the
me.
stomping grounds. Nah.
Kidding,
All he gotta do is say, nah, he's good. But then again, no, that's right, he's a big fucking rat. But so yeah, he probably would get killed. Sorry.
I don't know if he's allowed to say he's good. Yeah. I don't know if his word counts anymore.
No, but if he was, but anyway, yeah, man, and the pretty much a bank got robbed in that area. Reggie's a church boy. I'm not gonna say he's a church boy, but like he comes from a church family. Like I did not see any type of criminal type. His whole family, his mom's a teacher, been teaching for like 30 years. Dad was a pastor. He passed away. God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? And he lost all this. The bank got robbed. They said pretty much they couldn't find who it was, the fucking feds or whatever. So they said, let's snatch up this church boy. He probably knows, you know, some people that's third his family's well known in the community. He's going fold. We're gonna just scare him up. He's gonna tell him whoever did it. He's like, no, I don't know who the hell did it. And if he didn't say this, but I can quote him on that. But I don't know. I don't know nothing. So they was like, okay, you don't want to tell us nothing? You did it then. They put it on him and his friend.
Feds
him and William Stevens been sitting in jail. And they was like, the only evidence they had was a ski mask, right? They found in the abandoned car that did the bank robbery. They found this car. They found no other DNA evidence but the ski mask. So the ski mask, they said, this is going to prove that they were there. The government at the trial, 2 trials, they withheld it because when they got the results back, neither one of them said. They said it was negative.
DNA was on it, right?
Negative. No, it was negative for both of them, him and his co-defendant.
Right.
So that's the only evidence that you have. And nothing else,
which is exculpatory evidence, which legally they're supposed to give. If they have evidence,
no, he got it. No, he got it. I have it right over here.
The government withheld it, right?
Yeah, they withheld it during trial,
right,
and that's illegal
as
hell. Yeah,
they're legally supposed to say, "Look, we have evidence that says he didn't do it. We're not going to prosecute." That's in theory. In theory, on paper, that's what prosecutors are supposed to do. Oh, look, we know it's the wrong guy for sure. We have to let him go. We cannot prosecute. Yeah, it doesn't actually work like that. What it really is like, let's sweep that shit underneath the rug. Tell the media we got this bastard, you know. And,
man.
We're going to get a conviction for this crime is what they're looking for. They don't care who.
They want to maintain their 95% conviction rate.
And they do it. They do it scandalous, bro. Like they just. I'm not gonna go through this right now.
Well, you got all these lawyers that want to move up to be judges. Then you have all the judges that want to move up to be circuit judges, and the circuit judges that want to move up and be fucking Supreme Court justices. And
the lawyer that sold me up the river got promoted to a magistrate judge just 3 to 6 months after that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That's a fact. I'm not allowed to say that.
Just a little bit too coincidental.
Strange,
just a little bit.
And also, a weird thing is that somebody else went before him. My attorney, as a sitting magistrate judge, somebody went before him for online threats, and he detained him and was very, very much ruling against the guy. And I was like, oh, so that's how he really feels. Oh, okay, good. This is great. No wonder that motherfucker sent me up the fucking river, man.
Yeah, shit's absolutely crazy. It really is. And then when they finally get to the Supreme Court, people start asking questions about why you're here and like what you've done and stuff like that.
Listen,
And then all of a sudden, everything is just based off of what political party you're a
his
part of.
co-defendant, William Stevens, is he's in California right now because they had some shit over here in Atlanta. Yeah, they had some shit in Atlanta, dude. You know they found a gun in Atlanta jail, in Atlanta Fed. You know what I'm saying? So
was that Atlanta?
Like,
Atlanta.
They found
a
crap load of phones, whole bunch of weed, whole bunch of crap. You know
I'm so glad I
so
didn't serve time in Atlanta. Atlanta's such a shit heat, even with the 10-cent cigarettes. Fuck that.
He was in prison for like 12 years without a BOP number.
Oh my God, was he just pending charges or something?
No, he had already got convicted, but they hit him. He was in the military, dude. They were sending him. He was hidden. They were sending him mail to the jail for jury duty.
Wow.
Damn.
They were keeping him like he was like not even incarcerated.
He was a ghost. They hit him because they know that they messed up. Like that's how deep it is,
they
bro.
get diesel treatment.
And I said it and get straight up. Yep. That's the diesel.
For those
therapy.
who are listening, diesel therapy, diesel treatment is where they put you on the bus pretty much constantly and transfer you from transfer holdings to jail to prison to jail constantly, so your mail never catches up. You never have the waiting period time to be able to contact your family, which is typically 24 to 48 hours.
Fighting your case too. If you're
fighting your case, because it makes it almost impossible for you to get access to the law library or to contact your family members or attorney in any way, because nobody ever fucking knows where you are. And that is a legitimate tactic that the FBI and the Bureau of Prisons use. Fucking sue me if I'm lying, FBI. I mean, I guess they can, because they're going to say prove it and hide all the records of it.
If they look, and the thing is, it breaks you, especially and this is how they do it. They do it to people who are smart, like the ignorant ones. Where all they gotta do is throw them in the hole. The one that acts crazy is like stab motherfuckers doing dumb shit, throw them in the hole.
Throw them in the hole.
People that are smart, people are smart, and like they know they're like, this motherfucker dangerous. We gotta break his ass.
The ones that know how to talk and get in touch with lawyers and their people, and they're fighting their case.
So they said we gonna put this, and they will send. There's been probably like no bullshit. I met about 3-4 guys. That like one of them, he said, "Man, bro, I was on the road for 7 months. Imagine that, on the road for 7 months. You riding around shackled. And then they'll send you to county jails, where it's like federal holdovers, like little in bumfuck Egypt in the middle of
Nebraska. It's essentially the same thing that they say about fucking the 60 days in people, that they're on federal holds for 60 days and they don't know exactly how long they're going to be there, and they'll be transferred at any point, which is the exact same story that they use for every single one of them. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a fucking TV show if they had the loophole.
I've always wondered, man. I remember that one guy went into jail. Garfield, I don't know how much you've watched 60 Days In, man. You ever watch much of that shit?
No, not really. I don't really know. Not really.
I understand.
I'm like, they playing with their life. I'm like, they get the right one.
I know, exactly. But one of these dudes, man, went in there so ill prepared, bro. Garfield, I just want to ask, because I know for a fact that you've been to prison 100%. I saw you there.
Yeah.
Your opinion on this guy. He comes into their county jail, throws his mat down, jumps up on the bunk. They come up to him. Hey, man, what's up, man? How you doing? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm good. Say, hey, man, what you get popped for? Hey, listen, man, it was crazy. They found me guilty. I didn't even go to court, man. It was crazy, man. There's some fines and some more stuff, man. Look, man, it was some bullshit, man. Just old stuff that happened, and they found me guilty, man. I didn't even go to court. It's bullshit. I ain't supposed to be here. What do you think when somebody says that in county jail, Garfield?
You're a rat.
He's a snitch or a pedophile?
Yeah,
Like you can't.
And it was a white dude.
That's
black
the
dude.
sketchiest shit. Yeah, he's a white dude too. Like,
did he like nerdy? Did he look nerdy and shit? Like,
no, I mean, he was probably like in his I think 50s maybe.
Actually,
he
it doesn't matter.
Like the old country redneck type that comes in from Med.
Sorry to my nerds. That was like stereotypical.
No,
But no, I'm like pedophiles are the ones that are weak, that are like real docile. That's why they prey on fucking kids. They're sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Dude, speaking of that, this one, and this is how sick. I probably shouldn't say this, but fuck it. This one pedophile.
Bro, say SO, Garfield. You're gonna get kicked off the platform.
I'm sorry. It's
all good.
Frick. I'm sorry. This
SOs.
one dude. Yeah, this one dude, right? He did something with his daughter, and I was able to get him to tell me he used to have sex with his mom, bro.
What the fuck?
And I got this man. I got him to trust me enough to tell me this. This is, like I said, and like he was a good dude. I thought before I knew he was locked up, I was like, dude, and I got him to like just tell me. And I said, dude, what would make you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying, to somebody? Like, how did that make you feel when you stuff with your mom? Now you're older, you realize it was wrong. He's like, man, I felt terrible. I said, so why would you do that to another kid, and especially your child? and he just sat there and was just looking at me. He was just looking. I was like, "Oh, you're just evil, something's, and you just all kind of messed up.
You're broken
And,
now.
Gone, man.
and like
Gone.
this, and the reason is my reasoning behind even going that far is because when I have my kids, I can see them sick. I can see them coming a mile away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I tell people that
Straight
all
up,
the time.
you can see them come a mile
People
away.
don't understand. You get laser vision for that.
Yeah, like,
oh
people-
my
people are
god, that's a
fake.
loud dog. Zach was quick with that
It's
music.
cool. The people are like, dude. All right, especially being in that type of environment, you gotta understand we're in that environment for a long time with a whole bunch of people that are criminals and kind
You
of.
got to be able to spot them.
and just
Not
you're
all of them look like it, but the ones that look like it are.
Yep.
Is the thing. They don't all look like straight SOs and that type.
Yeah.
Not all of them look like it, but the ones that look like it are. You can't mistake it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You know,
it's
you're
not
not wrong about
identifiable. It's ridiculous.
There's a famous RuneScape player.
Antagonizing.
And I'm telling you, I tell my wife this all the time, and I will absolutely never tell his name to anybody because I don't want this dude calling me out. Or he's a famous RuneScape player. I look at the dude and I know, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I 100%
You
beyond
just know
reasonable
it.
doubt know. I don't have to see him do it. I don't have to see
Nope.
chats. I don't have to hear nothing
Yeah.
about it. I can look at it and see it in his eyes, bro. They're missing something, bro. They're sick. There's
No.
just a darkness
Oh,
in there, bro. You can
dude,
see it.
do you remember when they had posted up that one guy? He had went up for appeal. He had 30 years. He anally raped his stepdaughter like a whole bunch of times that she had to have reconstructive surgery. And look, this is how the law is.
Oh, white dude.
Yes, they gave him 10 years for the act of doing this to his daughter. But guess what? They gave him 20 years for recording it and making videos. So you get more time for making videos than the actual act.
Than the actual act itself,
Yeah.
typically.
So if he would have recorded it and he just did this to this girl, he only got 10 years.
And
But here-
she used to come to visit him too. She used to come visit him. Remember?
Dude, like, bro.
So we
and-
probably should switch the topic at least.
yeah, okay,
slightly.
yeah, okay, yeah.
But
'cause- yeah.
it kind of leads into this shit. So I don't know if you guys looked into
Minda's like,
Supreme
what the
Court
hell?
justice that is being sworn in
Can't
essentially
handle this.
currently.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys?
Oh
looked into
hell,
that
we're gonna talk about politics.
tangentially, but not super into it. Don't worry about it. I know your lines, but I got you.
I'm
not going
political.
political lines. I'm saying the fact that this shit's gone on, like where recording something is more important than the actual act. We are now talking about a court justice who's going in that used to give a third of what the minimums were and stuff like that to a whole bunch of fucking people that were actually classified as SOs and everything else. Josh is gone. Josh got mad, boys.
He'll be back. You gotta do something. He'll be back. I want to hear it finish. I want to hear what you're saying.
So what you would call it, everybody started getting extremely, extremely mad and pointing it out and saying, hey, why are we actually not talking about what the hell's going on? Josh is back. I thought you just got mad, bud.
Oh no, bro. I guess this internet key on my fucking keyboard. I guess I pushed it with my vape or something. And that was weird. It didn't open a new tab. It just completely went to Google. Sorry.
Nice.
I'm back, everybody.
So
no, you know I'm not like that, buddy. No, we're good.
I was sitting there talking to my grandparents, and they're like, no, I don't understand why they would question anybody who's pushed for the Supreme Court. I said, no, this is the time when you should question them. When they're in front of Congress, when you're able to sit there and look at
before you let them get in. Yeah, you're right.
You don't let them into office and then all of a sudden just accept everything they've done before and question them afterwards. That doesn't make any damn sense to me.
Kind of late then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is and what it is at that point. They're already in. They already have a lifetime appointment. Why would you do it then?
Especially
now's when you ask. Now's when you question and say, hey, that wasn't the right thing. You sat here and gave somebody who did shit to kids 3 months, 6 months instead of years or life because you thought that they were young and they'd change.
Here's the thing: a lot of the times with them, those type of people, dude, they don't change. They're sick in the head, and they're not going to stop doing it.
I'm gonna give the stereotypical milk toast vibe first because every podcast has to have that. This doesn't really even matter. I mean, our system has been so fucked that it's not going to change depending on what we do. So I mean, even and then anyways, like what I really want is like our Supreme Court is like that they want to make that hidden. And they don't want it publicized because they don't care. They're the ones doing that shit. They're the ones in power who don't care about that action, and they don't want the public to know about it, so they want to censor it.
Nope.
Once they're
You're
in power, the
absolutely
joke's
right.
on you.
You're absolutely right, and then that's the scary part. And the thing is that people are just so docile; they just go with the flow. They don't even, unless it doesn't directly affect them. Then, and even if it does, they'll just be like, okay, whatever. This is the new norm. This is how it is.
Also, one thing a lot of people are guilty of in this day and age is just blindly accepting anybody from what they consider to be their political party, and under any circumstance, no matter what they've said or done or historically, and that goes for both sides. It seems that just pretty much not really, And I'm talking about stuff that's verified fact for a great number of people, and people are just like, he's my party, I'm voting for him.
Yeah. You would assume like the older people get, the more likely they are to sway back and forth or understand like differing points of view because they've seen more.
Yeah.
And like my grandparents completely flipped because they didn't like the ideals of one specific person. Now their entire like mentality on everything changed, which is so weird to like watch. You would assume that somebody's older, they're going to be more centrist, they're going to be more like idealistic and understanding and stuff like that. Oh, does anybody hear a noise?
Ticking or something?
I don't hear it, so it might be me. If it is me, let me know. Like it baffles me when you actually sit there and look at something like that it's so
well, like Myth was saying, bro, like this whole system is just it's just so much wrong with it. It's just so much. It really has to be revamped, and like people, the people have to like just wake up. But it doesn't seem like this is gonna happen because and look, really the kids, I'm scared for them. Like it's ridiculous. I seen something the other day, and these kids their reaction was not what they just stand there. So I ain't gonna say what happened, but they was just standing there. I was like, you guys are not gonna like move or do anything. They're like.
I think by context clue, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring this up. I just had to look up who said it. Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of America. He said that in his opinion, a country's constitution should be rewritten every 19 years. Otherwise, and I remember the other part of the quote that's not written here, where he said that countries would become over prosecutorial and overzealous. They had just witnessed this in England. Now, keep in mind that. This is the 1700s. These are the Pilgrims. They're fresh off of some tyranny. They're fresh off of some. Let's start over.
You're right though.
But yeah, I mean, this is the first generation of like, fuck these tyrants. We're gonna make a country where you can do whatever the hell you want. And in his opinion, a founding father said that the only way to make a government not become overpowered and corrupt is to rewrite its constitution every 19 years.
Yeah, it's basically the first country to not have a separate classes of people where one person has more of a right over somebody else.
Right.
Well, they also said that whenever a government decides to get
they had some issues to work out,
that they would end up having to overthrow it regardless of what happened. And when you have
that is in the Constitution somewhere.
Yes, when you have the entire world so divided because everybody wants to see politics instead of understanding that everybody kind of can come together and kind of put your thoughts together and homogenize into one ideal instead of sitting there being so divisive on each individual thought. You have so many different problems. Nobody's going to come together. Everybody's going to be divided for a very, very, very long time because everybody's so worried about what's visual instead of what's mental and what's like heartfelt.
We all got to wake up and put in at least a little bit of a start doing it. Just like everything else trends, that'll trend too, and it'll be better for everybody, man. People just got to start being nice to each other, man. Like. And start
having a conversation and understanding. Like you just have to understand that there's different points of view. Like
passion, even for people that have different points of view. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even realizing, the dude's allowed to feel that way if he wants.
You're right, man.
Sometimes people straight up base their opinions on some wrong ass shit, but I mean, I guess they're allowed to think that if they want to,
I've been doing it like this for years. God damn it! You ain't gonna tell me.
Guys, I think the sound, by the way, is probably gone. It was probably my air purifier.
Okay.
That's sweet.
What were we saying right before that? I was going to say something else about, for one thing, our Constitution's obviously prevailed since 1789. This says,
what is it like the 13th Amendment? It's fucking like if you break the law, you get indentured servitude, like you'll become a slave again. Legit, it says that shit.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I was going to say that as far as the system goes and its corruption, man, I mean, like Garfield was saying, the power really is with the people. I will bring up a fiction. Y'all know I didn't watch it, but I read feverishly many times the Game of Thrones series when I was locked up, and I remember that one metaphor that was, I think, is really applicable, and it was like there's a mercenary, right, and there's a mercenary that's a killer. But there's 3 men, a priest, a king, and a rich man. And the priest says, kill the other 2 because I speak with the power of your God. The king says, kill the other 2 because I'm the ruler of your land. And the rich man says, kill the other 2 because I will make you rich. Who does he go with? Right? That's not the point. The point's not who he goes with. The point is that they're not powerful. They're God and their money and the power is with the people, the mercenaries.
Yeah.
They're bowing down to him. They're asking for his help. It doesn't matter what powers they got. Where's the power truly? They're the ones, I'm rich and I'm free. Where's the power truly lie? It lies with that mercenary. The people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
at the end of the day, they're asking him to defend them and to do their work for him. He's got the power. They're just all their shit is just shit. You know, he's the one.
Look, at the end of the day. Now that you're taking there, I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it like this: we used to do this in jail. We protest. We when we want something done, when they try to take shit away, we just won't go to work.
I'm going hungry.
Yeah, straight up hunger strike. I mean, like, or just bag lunches, and then the warden come down and come talk to the shot callers and shit, and say, okay,
whoever was the leader.
What do you guys? Yeah, what do you guys? Oh yeah, shot callers is like leaders for like pretty much every group, but like they'll get together and be like, hey man, we need to freaking do this because like this ain't cool.
Tell your people we ain't eating that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't filling up the trays.
Yeah, and I used to work. That's another reason why I worked in the kitchen and did all the service stuff because now to make sure, bro, we used to get food that said not meant for human consumption. Like some of that shit, I used to throw that shit. I used to get in trouble all the time. Man, fuck y'all. If I ain't gonna eat, I ain't gonna feed it to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they get straight up subpar quality food sometimes.
Yeah, man.
And people will be like, man, why is the food so nasty like that? Because they buy it the shittiest possible degree. I mean, they get the bare minimum that they can get.
They get discount. They get discounted food, like the food that's about to go bad in all the grocery stores and all the, like that's what we get. We get like the shit that like the cans. Like, there's so much spoiled shit. I would assume that shit out.
Kids, elementary school and high schools would probably was very, very similar food to prison food.
No,
my high school had way better food.
I love pizza and French fries.
Yeah, my high school food was far better than the average jail and prison food.
Hell yeah!
Now the feds got standardized menus, so no matter where you go in the feds, as Garfield can attest to, Tuesday for lunch you're having like a chicken patty sandwich. Wednesday is the Happy Meal, burger and fries. Thursday is chicken on the bone. And then Friday is some kind of fish or whatever, something else. It's gonna be fish patty or fish sandwich, whatever the hell it is. So you're gonna get that no matter where you're at. Some places, and they're pretty much the same, for the most part. When I transferred to Mariana for the RDAP program, their VT, one of their VTs, their vocational training was baking. Yeah. Garfield,
word,
Bro, go to Mariana if you want breakfast, dog. I'll say that shit, man. They're making bear claws this big with, oh my God, bro.
And it was from scratch?
They got to give you bread.
From scratch?
Yeah. You know, the bread they have to give us bread with every meal. It's like fresh baked rolls at Mariana, dude. Oh, man, living large. Yeah, you get fat. Everybody out there just looking like a straight.
Did they have raw yeast? They have raw yeast.
Very much locked down, but yeah, which obviously meant.
Oh yeah, because of working out and shit.
There were a lot of alcoholics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too, of course. Yeah, I was talking about the workout tip. That's what motherfuckers do the workout and shit like that. Blow up.
Yeah, Mariana had great food for bread. All bread products were great. Everything else sucked ass like everywhere else does. But then sometimes like, chili cheese fries was like normally an alright meal at pretty much every prison. I didn't go anywhere that had straight up bad chili cheese fries. And then you had dudes like Garfield that like. Or not specifically Garfield, but other dudes who cook actual off menu shit in the kitchen with the ingredients, and they'll sell it for a couple cents.
Shit, yep.
Or they'll sell you an extra chicken for a stamp or two, shit like that. Yeah. Dude, Garfield working the line, like hook it up, Garfield.
Listen, when I got to work in the religious common fare, which is I served all the religious people on the compound and stuff like that, and it's one man job, right?
No, these guys.
And listen, I got access to every. Oh, you talking about a story? Yes,
I'm not even thinking of a specific one. I'm thinking of just the dudes that you had to deal with that were asking for that religious food. I'm thinking of the guys that
it was a job in itself. So friggin' like I had access to a whole bunch of shit, onions, bell peppers, whatever. I didn't abuse it, but this was like my side hustle. I used to go around, so actually they
bell pepper big hustle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and sell all the stuff like that and keep everybody straight. And then sometimes I used to get in trouble because I used to make milkshakes for the whole crew because I'm the only one that had a blender. So I'd get bananas and a bunch of milk and fucking just mix all that shit up and then sneak it out and put it in the bottom of the cart. And I'm like, look, when they go, I was about to fucking say somebody's name. I was like, look, when they go in the back and we often split that shit. Birmingham got me one time. Oh damn,
bro, you said it.
Names.
Oh.
As long as you don't say both names, you're good.
Yeah,
Just stick to one.
dude.
We all
That
know
dude.
it's both
Oh, actually,
their
he
names,
doesn't even
fair.
he's not even there
Hey,
anymore.
you know, I wasn't gonna say his name, but
Yeah.
now that we done said it, like he said, the guy that was in charge of the kitchen department for a while,
Yeah,
was
he's a-
Birmingham, right? Check
Yeah,
it out.
dude.
How about that dude was telling them to put like I didn't see this with my own eyes, but I know it happened, all right? Because I know people get confused about prison stories. They'll be like, oh, that motherfucker's lying. So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I didn't see this. Okay, but I know it happened. And Garfield, you remember this? He was telling everybody to only put a little bit of beans and food in the trays, and he was walking through the hole because he went through the shoe. Every CO has to take a turn eventually going through the shoe and looking in all the doors of the inmates as part of their shifts. You know, they eventually have to do that rotation.
You gotta do
Birmingham went through there, and we're in the shoe, bro. You get limited ass commissary, very little food. All you get is what's coming on the tray. Yeah, you're starving back there. And that dude walked up. He walked up. You know, they got in the shoe in the hole. They got steel doors with talk holes. Just talk holes through it, you know? So man, this dude had piss and shit in a milk carton. You remember this, Garfield? And he put a straw in it and he stuck it through the talk hole tube and smashed it on his ass. Bro, they called it that. This is why I wasn't going to say his name. They called it the March on Birmingham, dog.
Oh my god, dude!
They went back to some Civil War shit.
That's the one thing about being in a hole. Oh my god,
Dude, they go hard in the hole. You got nothing to lose.
Listen,
okay.
Did not look, dude.
I'm go in there, man.
Listen,
he jumped in the shower. He turned. He's like, he jumped in the shower, and I didn't see it with my own eyes. Everybody talks about it. I know it happened, bro. Yeah, he was taking his clothes. They said he took his clothes off. You know, they had, in the shoe they got the showers on the end of the block.
Yeah.
They said he jumped in the shower. It's like, how do you turn the fucking water on? How do you? Because the button's on the outside.
Oh my god!
And the water's all
I know they was
up
going
there.
crazy.
Yeah, the switch is on the outside. He didn't even know
You was
it.
in there at the time? You was in there at the time?
No, I wasn't there when this happened. I got there.
That
was a week. I got there like a week after that. Everybody was still laughing about it. The first time that I went to the shoe, when I got caught with that damn cigarette, that little weak ass hose cigarette, and I was back there for a week. It was right after that, and everybody was like, "The March on Birmingham," and he was apparently about to get fired because he wasn't coming back there no more. Because every time he walked through, March on Birmingham, March on Birmingham, boy, he's gonna get marched on. Hey, here's the thing though, right? The moral of the story. You know what? The bean slot was full the next day on the tray.
Hell yeah.
There was a lot of food in the trays after that.
We were fucking starving back
He
there.
made sure he went in there and was like, okay, listen, for fuck's sake, give them more food. Okay. This isn't funny. I have to go back there.
That's the length of motherfuckers to go through. That's the length of people. But the thing is, he didn't just do it for himself and just to humiliate him. He did it for everybody back there. We rode together, bro.
Dude, they probably beat the brakes off of him for that. They probably put I know they put him in the slab. I know he was on the slab for like at least 5 or 6 days. And I mean, the slab is literally a room with a concrete block in it. You don't have running water. It was worth it when they opened that tray up and he had 4 fucking slots full of baked beans, didn't he?
He got so much respect. He can go anywhere for that.
Yeah, man. Wait till he goes back out. I don't think they put him on the pound. I'm pretty sure they transferred the dude out.
Do you remember that wooden dildo in the kitchen? Do you remember that story?
What?
Okay.
Oh God Almighty, man!
All right, check this out.
I didn't know.
This is the story that I did. Something that I did to one of the officers, right?
Oh,
and he actually looked. So, you know, you get caught stealing stuff from the kitchen and stuff like that all the time.
Of course.
So there's one officer. He used to he was cool. You know, we was cool. He used to let me slide and stuff like that. But he was real smart. He used to fuck with me, and he would do like little slick shit and like body check me sometimes, like the little dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I still fuck with him and shit like that though. But the thing is, if you hit an officer, you get like more time, and they get like 45 days paid leave and shit like that, depending upon So
and they're gonna tap dance on your head. They're
exactly.
Call for backup.
So they'll fuck with you. Like
you going to the pen.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know what's gonna happen, but they'll fuck with you and say shit. It's just, like he was smart. He just fucking get in my head. He know what my trigger was and shit. And he used to ride him. And I said, I'm gonna get that money. He was about to leave. He was about to go to another prison. I said, I'm gonna get that motherfucker. I gotta fuck with his ego, just like how he's fucking with my ego. I said, I gotta get him. I gotta fucking trick the shit out of him. So what I did was, he never caught me stealing like little shit, but like he never caught me with like a big bomb. We used to call them bombs.
Was it a black dude or white dude?
White dude, big.
Rossi?
No.
Okay.
No, big beard and shit. Redhead, but friggin'.
Yeah.
I got I got another. This is how cool it was. I got another officer on with it. I was like, look, I said, boom. I got my homeboy in VT because he did Farmer. Remember Farmer?
Mm-hmm.
He did the arts and crafts and all that shit like that. And he's real good at everything. So he made one. He made me a dildo and he painted and everything. And then put his name on it and said the year that he worked and shit like that. And I was like, dickhead award, right? This is straight. I thought about this shit. So boom. went into the freezer or whatever, and I got the other officer. I showed him what I was going to do. He was like, I don't believe you're going to do it. You're not going to go through it. I was like, I swear to God. I was like, I want to give him a parting gift, but I want to get him. But I want you to make him think that I'm stealing some shit. So it was like, I think it was like a chicken or a burger day or something. So he was up in the front, and I was back there in common fare, and I went to the door, and I like grabbed the empty pan, but I put the dildo in there and shit, and like threw some bullshit around it, and like went in and like I looked at him, like act like I was stealing, like ran back there. The trick
intentionally looking sketchy.
Yeah. So he like came in there, he's like all searching. So boom, and I had told everybody in the kitchen what I was gonna do. So everybody's like, "You going to the hole? You going down? Right? You going down?"
Nah.
So look. So he goes in there. He's like looking around. Look, he pulls it out, and he's like, "Man, what the fuck?" But you could see him out the glass, and we all just up looking to see what his reaction was gonna be. And he said, "What the fuck?" It took him a good 5 minutes to come out that cooler because he was so embarrassed. But look, and
everybody was
like,
in on it.
The hell yeah, and man, everybody was like, "Man, you crazy." It was funny as hell, but like.
He didn't send you up though, did he?
No, he kept it. He kept it and he put it in his mantle. Nah, he for real though. For real.
I think I remember who you're talking about. He was all right. He was good people as far as they go. Us versus them.
Yeah, because he was straight, man. Like he I just don't like that he was fucking with me. I think he was just trying to I don't know, man. Some of them
you don't think it was just him messing with you because he liked you? He was probably just
dude
touches me.
Yeah, no. It was that because he fucked with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just that I think he was trying to see if I had a breaking point. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I used to be like,
they all want us to snap off on them.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, God damn it.
They're all just sitting there waiting. You know, they just want us to. They got that mace right there. They got the deuces right here. They just want us to.
Like ripping up your family pictures. They did it the one dude after his mom died. They searched his cell and they ripped up his mom pictures and shit. She died like 3 days ago.
Yep. I've had personal property destroyed. Yep. Shooting down, especially Mariana personally, but yep. And you know, you remember the white dude that had dreadlocks? You remember a redheaded dude, man.
From Florida. Yeah.
You know, he was a redhead with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
No,
goes
cool dude.
He played handball, so he was cool as fuck. Yeah.
No, he's cool. You know how people always ask me, like, well, what happens if you know a white dude wants to roll with the black dudes? He's a good example of that. You can.
Yeah, he definitely.
As long as you're committed, you can. You know, he rolled with
black dudes. Like a guy that knew shit about
and he could fight too. He could fight his ass off too.
Oh yeah, he scrapped it at the drop of a hat. Dude kind of had a bad temper problem. He was a cool dude, you know.
Yeah,
but
he didn't play no bullshit though.
No, I doubt he knew shit about Panama though. He's from somewhere else. Nobody knows shit about Panama.
No. I can't remember. He didn't play no bullshit.
No, I know. Zach was talking about one of my memes from my Twitch chat about Panama. You remember, man, when them two dudes got into it and suplexed that dude? Nah, you said he didn't see it.
You was telling me, last time.
Yeah, on that, they were out there on the. That's the Panama thing. But I can't remember that lieutenant's name, bro. Had the mutton chops, looked like Wolverine, bro. Everybody used to call or Saber Wolf. They used to call him Saber Wolf. You remember? Yeah, I can't remember his old grumpy ass looking white dude. He looked just like Sabretooth from damn Wolverine's brother from the movie, man. He grew like them dumb ass looking mutton chops. He's always talking like this.
I've seen him, I probably know exactly.
Just one of them old grizzled dudes that thinks he's the hardest concrete motherfucker because he's a lieutenant at a prison.
Yeah.
Well, they had inspection coming through one time. Like, you know how they have the regional shit? We got to clean all the cells and all that. They had that coming through one time, and apparently the dude we were talking about, the dreadlock dude, was going to wreck the wrong way when they had done a recall. And that dude, Wolverine Saber Wolf dude, pulled Red into the middle section between Delta A and Delta B or whatever he was in.
And they got it in?
No. He took a handcuff off him and told him, try it, motherfucker. And like got up in his face and Red, dude, and I respect this because I know Red's not like this. And I just said his nickname, but it don't even matter. He said, he was like, no, sir, I don't want no smoke. Nope. And he told me,
you ain't gonna trick me. Yep.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about.
Trick me. Nope.
He said, he's like, yeah, right, motherfucker. I'm gonna let you break my jaw, call 10 people in here and stomp on my ass, send me to the penitentiary, give me 15 more years.
Yep.
Just because you think you got a big dick. Like, no. He took a cuff off him and was like, you want to go, bad boy? Because dude had a smart mouth. And so lieutenant's like, hey man, get your ass back here. And he's like, bro, you don't got to disrespect me, motherfucker. I didn't know it was recall, man. You know how he is. He's like, all right, you don't disrespect me in front of district. Come in here then. And he's got 5 COs and he takes a handcuff off of Red and he's like, what's up,
bro?
What's up with it? I know. You got 17 homies back here with the cameras turned off, bro. You think you're tough? Seriously? And they want to do all that. I'll take this badge off. I'll take this. Man, shut up.
Man. And then what they'll do if they really mess you up bad, they'll send you to the hospital as a John Doe and then let you heal up. And then like they'll cut you off. That shit's crazy.
Diesel your ass.
They did that shit's crazy. Even dude, do you remember that officer that got hit with the mop stick?
No, I heard about that. I wasn't
okay. I would look all right. So he
was that
came
your block?
Right. Yes, he came right. I was smoking with him. We was chilling. We was getting fucked. I can say that now. I can't do nothing to me now.
You smoking with the popo?
No, what the fuck no. Nah, hell, I wouldn't say that. No,
Bro,
No,
I mean,
the-
they used to
the-
gamble and shit.
Yeah,
With us,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
have been
hell yeah.
surprised, you know.
Nah, but fucking man, like he was like one of my smoking. But that's another thing. Even people that you like smoke or drink with and shit, you got to be sketch about it because they might be rats and shit. Like they get in trouble, they'll tell on you just to get like that's how deep it is. So it's like you gotta be real
Carlos.
careful. you gotta be real, you gotta be real careful about that shit. So this motherfucker, he had ran up a debt. He actually owed like a couple $1,000s because he was doing more than just smoking weed, and yeah, his girl was sending him his money. She stopped sending it, and he still kept going with the tab. And he came to my room with his last little bit because we sharing shit. You know what I'm saying? When I got it, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. So
That was a check-in move.
I
Nah,
said, hey man. Yes, it was. That's what happened. That's it.
Wow.
He came, got fucked up with me and shit, and he said, "Bro, I'm gonna see you later,
Went
bro."
out.
This and third, and I'm just like, and I'm like, I was like, bro, you sure you
You
good?
stone like, yeah, man. I'll
Yeah,
catch you
I'm
on the
like-
flip,
he's
dog.
like,
He goes
I'm
out there
like-
and hits some motherfucker with a broom.
Look, he goes to the office. He said, "Hey, say, listen, man, you need to check me up in." So the officer, you just cool laid back officer. They don't give a fuck about. This the one you could chill and do shit on. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't on nothing. So he's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm on. Yeah, exactly. He's like, man, I'm here on the computer, man. Get the fuck out of here. This and third. He's like, and then he's telling them like, nah, I owe people money. He's like, tell them, man, get the fuck out of here. He's like, you go pay them. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Go wait until next shift or some shit like that. But dude's like talking about doing something to him. So he said, fucking went and grabbed him up and just actually started hitting him. He popped him in the face in the office, and the officer tried to get out and run. Then he started chasing him around with the mop stick, trying to hit him and shit. And dude, when the cops came there to get him, they beat his motherfucking ass, bro. I watched him carry that man down there to the hole. They fucked him
bleeding.
Up. They fucked him
all
up.
The cameras in that unit went off for a minute. They
What?
said, hold up,
They
an officer just got
aired him
attacked. Boom, turn the
out,
cameras
dog.
off.
And he's a big dude.
Kicking the
Dude,
shit
he
out
was
of him.
probably about a good 270. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like stock. He ain't no.
What does his nickname start with?
It was before you got there.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind now.
It was before.
I got there in 14.
Yeah, it was before. That shit was crazy. No matter of fact, it might have happened one. I don't know, but that was crazy.
I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember hearing about it actively. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. So much crazy shit happens almost every single day in prison that very well could have been one of the daily events that I experienced. And I don't really remember it that clearly. I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember if it was at that moment or this one time. You know,
Josh, for real, man. And these people don't understand it. We should have get prescribed shit for PTSD. I won't say drugs, but not for real, because it's trying. And then the things when we come out here to this world, we've been gone for so long. Depends on how you've gone, you've been away. Excuse me, how long you've been away. You got to readjust. And if you're not smart enough to understand, try to do something with yourself to be able to handle this, because it's a lot to try to take in. And you're used to being around savages for a long period of time, on type of crazy shit. And then there's worse shit out here in the world to an extent. But
stupid.
What's up?
But it seems like it's really similar to coming out of the army too.
Yeah, exactly.
They say that a lot in prison. A lot of ex-military says
you go
that.
from being super regimented, super. If you step out of line, you get the shit beat out of you and shit like that.
To the chaos of the average
absolutely
person.
Nobody really giving a fuck about what one individual person does. It's like I could completely see where that would be mind warping.
Yeah,
that's why I get such bad anxiety in Walmart and shit now. To be honest with you, in prison, bro. 1,200 men know how to efficiently move together with a small path and get there without anybody stepping on each other's toes, getting cut off, or feeling disrespected. We know how to move, bro. You treat it like driving. You let motherfuckers step in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to the right side and you walk respectfully. It's not that hard, bro.
Hey, you stupid. That's the truth, though.
That really is. You treat it like driving. And in Walmart, I go to Walmart now, and here comes fucking 48-year-old Karen pushing her fucking buggy out without even looking left or right.
Not Karen. Not the Karen.
Lady, there's other human beings on planet Earth. You know, in prison, you gotta remember that.
500-pound land whale that's riding in a whale cart. Has a little doggy in a fucking basket, just flapping there.
Plus veering around corners blind, bro. Not slowing down.
Honestly, if you're in Walmart,
and then they don't do nothing wrong when they almost hit
you. That's all you do. You just walk.
Don't.
Because if you don't just walk, your feet are getting crushed. Your cart's getting ran into. Your kid that's walking on the side of your cart hit.
Whatever happened to
you?
Excuse me. What happened to just saying this?
I'll do that. I'll do that in a heartbeat. If a motherfucker's just standing there in the way, excuse me, bro. Yeah, I mean, you do that in the joint all the time. Excuse me, man. You know, so dude, hold up the line.
This
hey,
is
man,
the most
bro.
Thing.
Keep
when I first got out, this right here fucked me up. When I was on the bus on the MARTA trying to move around and stuff, and everybody was like this. Like how when I grew up, people would, be looking around, people interact. Hey, how that girl? Let me get your number. You need to strike up a conversation with a complete stranger. But everybody's like this, and I was like, what the fuck? And I went to ask, look, dude, I went to go ask for directions just because I didn't get a phone yet.
Curve TVs now and shit.
And then in prison, of course,
I'm looking
we
at
don't
a
use Google,
TV.
so
Don't use Google.
you're not going anywhere. So I asked him, I said, hey man, how do you get over here? And they just looked at me and like walked the fuck out. I was like, yo, you're weird and shit. I'm like, I just asked for directions. What the fuck's wrong with you?
They're like, put it in your GPS, bro.
Dude, and then and then I went to a martyr worker and I was like, hey man, I'm trying to get over here to second third. And he was like, you ain't got a phone? I was like, nah. And then he was like explaining it to me. I was like, look, man, bro, because he was like,
you don't have to be confused anymore.
I said, listen, man, I just got out of jail. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I'm trying to get over here. I got a certain amount of hours I could be out from the halfway house, and I'm trying to get some pussy, bro. Like, you need to help me out. Yeah, straight up, like I'm on the time schedule right now, and I need your help. He's I didn't told me and shit. I was like, damn.
There's the one strip club down the road where they accept what I'm asking for.
I also forgot that it was asked that I explained something a minute ago, so I'm sorry to step back. But you remember when I said that it was a check-in move when the dude went and attacked that? Just so everybody knows what that means is that the dude's debt had become too high for him to pay. He was not going to be able to pay it. He was scared they were going to kill him. Yeah. So he hit that cop specifically to go to the hole.
Yep.
So it was intentionally entering protective custody, also known as checking in. He checked in. He hit the cop so he'd be punished and removed from general population so they couldn't get to him, basically. That's why I said, it was a check-in
move. He did pay off some of his debt, though.
A lot of people do. A lot of motherfuckers will go to the homies that fucked with them.
Paid them.
And they'll be like, look, I got to get out of here. On the slick.
Yeah.
You fucked with me tough, bro. I'm sorry about this, but shit got out of control. I'm out. Slinking backwards towards the CO's office.
Damn,
now,
man.
Ostensibly, like Garfield was saying, though, you're supposed to be able to go to a CO and say, I'm in fear for my life.
Yeah.
And they have to remove you from general population.
A lot of times
the thing is that a lot of times, especially like if you got the laid back COs like Garfield's talking about, their almost more mentality is towards us than theirs. And they'll be like, motherfucker, go pay your bills. I'm not about to walk you to the lieutenant's office and fill out that paperwork, bitch.
Dude,
because you can't pay your bills.
Oh my
How about
God.
you don't do dope, you crackhead? Like they don't give a fuck. So what he had to do in response is pick up a mop and hit the motherfucker with it.
Just to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just to get out
of there. Rather than getting stabbed, he's like, fuck, I let them beat my ass than getting stabbed up. At least they ain't gonna kill me.
He'd rather have the COs whoop them than the inmates.
In South Carolina, when I first got there, bro, I was me and Myth and Zach was chopping it up, man, with this dude. The officers there told you when you first get off the bus, Lee County is one of the worst level 3 prisons, one of the worst prisons in fucking on the East Coast, pretty much. They're telling you, if you owe somebody, you better pay them. If you don't, you better know how to fight real good. We don't break up fights unless y'all stabbing each other. And I've sat there and witnessed it. I seen these two guys then that beat the crap out of each other. And the officers sitting there smoking a cigarette. This is back when they had cigarettes, and, in
the field.
He's smoking. And I'm sitting up there watching this. I'm like, yo, you're not going to stop this. Like, dude, oh my God. Oh, shit. I'm like, dude.
He's like, they ain't killing each other.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, he had enough. Hey, orderly, come clean this up. If I got to do any reports and stuff like that, I'm locking y'all down for a month. And then like everything goes back to normal. Like 10 minutes later, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I was about to say. I bet he was like, "Y'all squash it. You done? Y'all."
Yeah,
good?
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And
I've seen COs do that for real.
Yep.
Like they're like, "Look, I'm not trying to do all that paperwork and shit. If y'all got to fight, just don't kill each other. Go beat each other up." And then I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't want to hear nothing about a lock. I don't want to hear nothing about going in each other's cells. I don't want to hear nothing about waiting until he was in the shower. None of that shit. Go in there and duke it out, get it over with, and then you're done. And then what do you do but respect it? You go in there and get your ass kicked, come out and say okay,
and that be it,
or kick ass.
And that be it.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's a much easier way to take care of it than fucking somebody dying or getting jumped from behind or some shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just pride. A lot of times it's just stupid stuff.
Yeah, seriously, 99% of it is just two motherfuckers thinking they're the toughest, biggest dicks.
Yeah, I got beat up I was playing handball with this dude, and he kicked my ass. I ain't gonna lie, he beat the shit out of me. That motherfucker hit hard. Damn.
Do I know?
I called him a bitch. Nah, this is when I was in prison.
Garfield, you called him a bitch, bro. What'd you call him?
Because I was young, dude. I was 17. I was like, he used to beat me on a handball court, so now I got good and stuff like that. And I was getting him. I was like, yeah, I'm making my bitch and shit. And oh my God. He didn't even hesitate. He tricked me. It was so crazy. He's like, all right, boom, I served it up. Pow!
He wasn't looking.
Yeah, it's just because he wanted to really try to knock me out. And then we went toe to toe, but then I was just like, I had enough. I was tired and I was sore. And then he pulled me to the side like about a week later. He was on a rec yard and shit. And like I tried to avoid him, avoid the eye contact, always keep it real. And he pulled me up and he was just like, hey man, let me holler at you. I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't trust you behind me when I serve.
Straight up, I'm like,
motherfucker.
no, but he's like, nah, because he's a pretty big dude and shit. And, you know, he was like, look, man, y'all had to do like Garfield, man, I fuck with you, man. He's a little cool dude, man. Like, but you fucked up. I had to teach you and show you. You know what I'm saying? He's on say like this. Shit, if you was my size, you gave me a damn toe because I was trying to knock you out, keep it real. That's all I wanted to do, but you wouldn't go down. You kept for real knocking, man. But now I don't know if he cracked one of my ribs, man, bro. He hit me with a rib shot so damn hard, bro. Because I mean, I'm 17. This dude's like 30 something, bro, and he's been in prison for like 10 years.
Prison
he's
rib.
solid. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like them punches, and it's not just punching with just muscle, it's punching with anger and years of aggression.
Yeah,
it's a lot going behind that punch. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
I was
Uncle
like,
Sam's punch,
dude. It was like, you know, I couldn't laugh for like a couple days. It was not cool.
You probably had a cracked rib, man.
I think I did, but I learned I won't call nobody no bitch no more.
So
I got lucky on my first accidental B word. The dude was like, "Hey, listen, you don't say that in jail, bro." Because you know, on the streets, you just call your homies like that. You know, you just, hey, hell yeah, bitch. You know, I don't do that anymore. I cannot stand that anymore. I can't. I'm trying so hard to break out of that mentality, but like, it's so hard, man. Going in that young, like you said,
on
Garfield.
me. Like, just call it black as it is. You yelled at me.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to unbrainwash. Did you hear the story that Garfield just said?
Yeah, dude. And this is like
bro.
happens all of the dude.
It's
and
a
the thing
weakness.
I don't care. I just think it's
outside,
hilarious.
Dude. Outside,
man.
Zach, check this out. Like outside, fucking when things happen that's real crazy, we'll be like calm and just like, all right, yeah, this shit's stupid. I'm about to leave. Like it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or you just, I don't know. People are like, oh my god, you didn't freak out. I'm like, it's nothing.
Well, when you got in the scrap with dude, you're saying?
Nah, just not seeing shit. Like if you see an incident, shit like that going on, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
to be honest with you, bro, people say shit like that, and like, oh, you must be so strong, and this and that. Do you think we had a choice? What do you mean?
Yeah.
If I see some fucked up shit and I fall on the ground and I start screaming and crying and tearing my hair out,
I want to go home.
What does that do? I bet I'm still gonna be in prison. I bet I'm still gonna see other fucked up shit,
and you might be the next victim.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you acting like that. I mean, more like I didn't see that. You know. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. I wasn't anywhere. I wasn't even on the rec yard at that time. Like everybody out there knows you're out there smoking Tucci over at the fucking Las Vegas. At the TV hut.
Honestly though, Josh, like for real, like I'm gonna say it, man, dude. I've been proud of you. Like, dude, back there was some times I was just like, dude, this kid's fucking knucklehead sometimes because you just off doing a bunch of shit. But you turned around and you changed it. I like just seeing how you thought, and I would never in a million years think that we'd be actually sitting here on like a podcast and shit like that. But
years down the road, bud.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And even with the music shit, bro, like, man, we had some good times, dude. Like, I think about like sometimes like, damn, man, I don't want to go back to prison, but I just want to go back and play with like my guys and shit like that. For real,
that 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day of no responsibility, chilling in a room with instruments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that
we're not in jail.
Is missable.
We're not in jail.
I know you guys were in jail. I know you guys were in jail, but did you guys ever hit that point where you're like, you know what? High school sounds really fucking nice right now.
I still feel that way because now after going to prison with Inmate.com, I love education. I love knowledge. And I love fact. I love learning. I wasn't like that before, man.
You mean as far as finishing school?
We know, man. Like, you just hit high school last year and just got out. But like us old guys,
they're like two years ago.
It's more like, man, I started studying stuff like music theory, for example. I didn't know any music theory when I got to Talladega, right? By the time I left there, I knew. Yeah, by the time that I left, I had damn near master level concepts pretty much down, you know? So by that point, I was like, damn, I really, really was fucking up in high school. I actually can learn stuff. I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. I just didn't give a shit. When it's something I care about, I can learn complex shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I would definitely say that I was like, and I'll definitely say that the prison of high school is a lot better than the prison of prison.
Well, also being able to like interact.
I'd rather go back to high school than prison.
Yeah, true, Zach.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I'd take high school again in a heartbeat. I just found out there's a community college like a mile from me, so I'm gonna look into that.
I definitely love school. Hell, that's why I became a teacher. You know,
Garfield, you also took every single VT available, didn't you? Like literally everyone.
Everything. I took everything. I taught.
Garfield learned prison hustle in prison. It's like a street hustle. He learned electricity. He learned how to fix headphones, and that is one of the single best and biggest, most successful guaranteed hustles in prison is being able to fix electronics or modify them.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. When I got off into it. Like, dude, I was able to freaking take amplifiers out of radios and boost it and all types. And I started learning about ohms. I mean, you already know about ohms law when you're doing electrical shit, but just, you know, the intricacies of how things work and the things that the applications you can use with it, and it amazed me. And not only that, being able to share that with people, because there's other radio guys in the yard, and we used to always pick each other's brain when we come across problems and shit like that. And but like with schooling and stuff, like I already was doing a little bit of construction before I was arrested, convicted, but I was able to fully get the layout and understand, and I had the time. I have nothing else. And me, honestly, I said I'm not gonna sit up here and do all this time and not get nothing out of these folks. I'm getting something. Everything that's free, I'm taking advantage of it. That way I ain't gotta come back here. I got too many hustles not to come at jail. There ain't no way that I can't make no money.
Yep.
There's not. There's not.
Garfield didn't buy into the trap.
You know what I'm saying? And even
you gotta jump through hoops to go to those VTs. Garfield had to work very hard to even get into them because they don't want people in them.
I got kicked out because people ratted on me, and I ain't gonna. There's a bunch of stuff was happening.
Out of electrical? What,
no, yeah,
when you were working?
Yeah, when I was working and shit, but it was crazy because I was in an apprenticeship program. Because if you work in there, you can actually get an apprenticeship program, whatever trade you're in. So when you get out, you can take the test right when you get out, and then you'll be certified. Hell, you've been taking care of this damn prison you've been staying at all this time, and you mastered it. You got all the time to really sharpen your sword. And the officer was like, "Look, man, when I got the hole, whatever, because my cellie got caught with a phone or whatever. But he was like, look, if you want to come back in VT, you're gonna have to give us a dirty cop or tell us where, with some stash spots or something. Zach, I know you make little stash spots and you work on phones and all this shit." And he's like, "I don't care nothing about that. I want the dirty cop that's bringing this shit in." And I just looked and I said, "Look, man, I just got the hole. I'm on this apprenticeship program. I ain't telling you shit. Like, if I said, man," and I told my sister, "Listen, man, I'm not gonna mess with shit in here. I need my hours, bro. Like, please," you know what I'm saying? And he didn't. He said,
he didn't budge.
Hell no. And that's when, and that said, he was the first one when but the brother had the stroke, man. When we was up there in medical, he was the first officer on that walked in the room, and that shit was so mad. I'm like, this man is about to die, and they called 911 or whatever. And the first officer to respond, besides the one that left, he left from work because it was too much from the handle, left me up there with a damn nurse. He could walk. I was about to say his name. He walk up in there, and I just look at him, and he was trying to get me to rat, and I was like, "This you the last person I want to see right now, bro."
In a time like that,
I was like, "You the last person I want to see right now, bro."
That's pathetic, bro.
And then he had a bunch of. Then one time he asked me to come back up there. He was like, "Yeah, man, you can come back up here and work this and third." I was like, "It's too late now. I'm about to go. I got like a year and a half left. I ain't got enough time to make my hours. You fucked me out of that shit. This is 3 years later. You gonna ask me?" I was like, "Man, fuck you."
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just like, dude,
what was the job, man? You remember I worked it too. Like, you could work in HVAC, or I was construction. Remember, it was HVAC and construction. You remember it was the crews that would go CMS. That's what it was. Thank you.
CMS.
You remember we were working CMS. You worked there at the same time as me, didn't you? When were you ever there in HVAC with the old Jewish dude with the ponytail to play guitar? You remember?
I think so.
Jesse,
yeah. But we all worked in it. We used to all chilling.
Yeah. And you remember I got laid off. You guys want to know why I got laid off from my construction job in prison?
What's that?
Because I'm a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
Because of my charges. They passed an ordinance that said that anybody with domestic terrorism charges wasn't allowed to work in the CMS area. Because you could have access to things that you could make a bomb out of.
Access to too much shit.
So I got fired from a slick job.
Well,
do you remember? Dude, you remember when I fixed the amp? Go ahead, Zach.
You just might place a charge somewhere and be able to detonate it
as
soon as you're able to get it out.
Fuck out of here,
bro. My job there, they made me the trustee of the actual construction room, right? Because I was so bad at doing this shit. Like, we go to like tear down a wall in the old shoe or something like that and fix a pipe, replace a pipe, and I'll be over here painting a door the wrong color, right? This is like them making. But the thing is, they made me the trustee of the actual room, right? The that we worked out of. Yeah, the tool room. I was the trustee there. And so I stay there and I clean it up and shit. And whenever they came back, I put all the tools back where they belong. That's basically the same thing as if I got hired at McDonald's and they put me on the grill and I burnt all the burgers, so they make me the manager. Like, they gave me the sweeter, higher paying job to do less work.
They told you go count the seeds on the bun. That's exactly what they told you to do.
Basically. Oh my God, dude.
So I've just sat there all the time. I just sit there listening to my MP3 player and chilling all day. Like, I'd sweep the floor, and then when they'd come back, they'd give me the tools and I'd put them back where they belong to make sure.
You remember when they used to let me fix the amps and stuff like that?
Yeah, old goofy black dude. What was the CO's name? I guess we don't need to say his name. Andrews or something. Yeah, he'd be like, I ain't paying no money for that. Go in there and fix that shit, Garfield.
Yeah, and the officers that like I remember one time up in the chapel did the PA system because actually in the BOP policy they said they won't let us get any more electronic things. So all the guitars and electronic we had to like make sure it was straight because they wasn't buying it no more. So we had to make it last. And the chapel, all the mics, all the jacks for the mics was messed up. It was loose off the board. And I was like, man, I could fix it. I was like, man, if they let me, man, I need a soldering iron, bro. Just give me a soldering iron, a couple of little things. I screwdriver. I could fix it. So the officers, they escorted our little friend, and then they had came up there to the chapel. Yeah, they came up to the chapel and they let me fix it, dude. After I was done and stuff like that, this is exactly what dude said with the glasses tall dude. He was like, "It is true about you." I was like, "No." Yeah, with the fixing stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they was like, "It is true." They was like,
He's a
they said
beast.
they was standing over me watching me work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because this is unheard of. Like nobody's seen me work, so they're like watching me and they'll watch how fast and boom, boom, boom. Next thing I plugged everything up, everything worked. It was like, oh hell no.
Sometimes bands
like
would try
30
to sabotage each other and like unplug the amps or mess with the wiring and switch the plugs on the speaker. And the best thing is that my area of expertise with guitar goes to the strings and my fingers. I'm bad at fixing guitars. I'm terrible with wiring. I'm terrible with amplifiers. I'm shit at ohms. I've blown out many amplifiers by putting the wrong heads on them. I'm terrible with that shit, right? Yeah. So luckily for me, Garfield is a genius at that stuff. And he'd come in there and go like, man, the Mexican band was in here and they're trying to sabotage us. So we leave and they come get in the room and he'd flip the wires back around and he could take one look at it and go, they sabotaged it. They flipped it. I don't fucking know how that stuff works. I'm over here like, why does it sound like the noise is coming out of the back of my amp? Garfield's like, hold up, reverse polarization or something.
Those are fun times, man. Dude, we definitely got to get up in the jam set. Yeah, we definitely got to get up in the jam set. I got a guitar now. I got a bass. I got my trumpet. I got a drum set now. I just got to get some more amps and shit like that.
I got a trumpet. When are we starting the Real Men Talk Shit ska punk band, bro?
Oh, wow. I have actually got
ska punk.
Dude, I got a fucking violin too, or viola or something. No, it's a violin.
I got a violin in my closet over here. I can't play it for fuck all anymore, man. That's sad. But my muscle memory's gone.
We both got kids. We just got to get Myth.
I know, yeah.
Little fake bongo drums, and we can start a
oh my god! Hey, it'd be cool. We could do something. Yeah. We could do something. We could definitely do something.
I also sent you that video the other day of them jumping into the Backstreet Boys song from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I thought it'd be hilarious if I started it and every single person that joined just sung the next line. It would have been absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god!
You want to do that for real? We'll start an episode like that.
I thought it was hilarious. Just like that. That's the shit that I like doing. I think it would be absolutely fucking hilarious.
Look, I might contribute to this conversation. Okay, hang on.
Hang on. Oh shit.
Let me see if I'm in D or not. I don't think I'm in drop D at the moment.
You want to make me go grab my bass and shit?
D sharp. All right, hang on. We're almost there.
We're getting a lot.
Here, Zach. I got you. Tonight. And everybody's probably going to be very confused.
Exactly. I do want to say the reason I keep getting up and going outside is the bear keeps fucking coming up and fucking with my garbage can, and then the dogs bark. So I'm not walking away because of you guys. I'm throwing shit at a bear, so it goes the fuck away.
Oh my god. Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, hear it?
Yeah.
You are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heart. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I don't ever want to hear you say.
Oh, you tripping.
Coming soon.
You stupid.
Album near you.
I know that's
for the Christian.
Coming soon to an iTunes playlist near you.
No, that was we gotta have Myth sing. Myth is the best singer of all of this.
Nobody wants to hear me sing at all.
Nah, Myth needs to sing.
My bad. Okay, what?
Myth needs to sing.
Oh no!
Why weren't you on there, man? You can do clean vocals. I'll handle the brutal. I'll be over here like doing the weird shit.
Oh, don't worry. My vocals will be brutal.
They're clean vocals, but also brutal. They're gonna be, we call it poodle metal. No, I'm just kidding.
Poodle metal. That's wow. That's
look forward to it because poodles be like. That's what our shit's gonna sound like.
Oh my god,
Garfield, do you remember when I discovered exotic scales when we were in there and I got obsessed with them?
Yes.
And we can now play just infinite death metal because exotic scales are automatic super metal. You play anything on an exotic scale with distortion on it, it sounds like Asia.
I remember one of the songs
Sounds
I
like
got
Asia.
MP3 player, Stradivarius.
Josh, canceled.
The Stradivarius. You remember them?
Hell yeah, the band.
Yeah,
I should
that one
probably
song,
study their guitar technique.
Holy Solo, dude. When you turned me on to that, like that.
Holy Solos, where you had the synth solo. Yeah, that shit was nuts. Wow.
Yeah,
I was like, dude,
because they went back and forth. They made it like a game. They was playing a song, and they like the two guitar players. They was going back and forth, but and
then they'd harmonize for a second, and then they'd battle, and then they'd harmonize.
Awesome,
it was nuts, man.
That shit was
very
awesome.
Inspiring levels of musicianship. And by the way, as far as the Asian thing goes, I think I can defend it. So I'll do a clean tone so everybody can see a demonstration. This is how scales work in the rest of the world, not America. It's going to sound very exotic to you, and you're probably going to agree with me that it's like Asian or Middle Eastern to some extent.
Yeah, very like Middle Eastern.
Yep. But those are the scales, though.
Asia anyway.
But that's a scale, though.
And so, like I said, when you take those kind of scales and you put distortion on them, then you got automatic super metal.
Yeah. Yep. But it's the same chord. I mean, same scales.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same scale.
Yep.
Just throw distortion on it, and it's automatic. Like
Yep.
it just automatically gets.
Yep.
Gets nasty and evil all of a sudden. So look forward to that cover of I Want It That Way.
And see, I wish I could have spent some more time learning, man. But I had so much other stuff with school and shit like that.
Well, the thing about it is, man, at the end of the day, that I feel like
sounded very similar to Welcome Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably because I was doing the pinch harmonics too, the squealies, Garfield, what'd you say about playing it? No, the way that I see it is you improved a lot, dude. That sitting there and making your fingers do shit is the most important part. You know, I mean, that's better practice than studying the theory in most cases.
I got these little
opinion.
hands.
Oh man, don't do that. You know, John Lane was the fastest guitar player to ever live, guys, from Memphis, and he had the smallest little Vienna sausage fingers, bro. Like he looked like Sewell's twin brother. I wanted to talk about Sewell anyway.
Dude, he could fucking play.
Fat little sausage fingers like this,
like
and
a
he
cartoon
could just
character.
Dude, the guitar came up to here on him. He'd be sitting here, you could only see his hand, and he'd be like, and just like shredding with these Cornholio face.
He was a beast. He was a fucking beast. He was a beast.
Yeah, he was a straight weirdo, dude. He was
Egyptian too.
He was into Enochian black magic and like straight up demon worship. Yeah, he was like 100% about that life. Like,
have you ever seen
black magic
any of his drawings? You seen any of his drawings?
No, I only saw one sketch one time, and I was surprised that it was very, very awesome.
Listen, that man can draw that, but he draws like,
looks like Slayer album artwork.
Have either you guys seen it's an old movie called Month of Madness?
No.
It's like, all right, like back in the day when they did like the clay animations or like horror movies, it was like whack shit, but they had like a whole bunch of different mixtures, like demons like wrapped into one or some shit like that. He used to draw shit like that. That's the type of shit he used to draw, but like not too many people seen it. But it was like I'd be like, dude, you got eyes coming out of this person's armpits. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He's throwed, dude. He was straight up throwed.
like this is weird shit.
Look, one thing that I think is a pretty clear sign of mental illness, right, is a complete and thorough inability to laugh. Like when like nothing that you say or do, then when they just hit you with that blank stare,
when his laughs, he
would give a laugh occasionally, but it would be this weird like bark, and it'd be some weird shit that made him laugh, and it's just, you know what I mean?
His sense of humor was twisted.
Yeah, it was just strange. But like we all laughed at. I remember me and JB playing a song, and you remember we had the shitty amps, and I remember the volume knob fell off the amp. Sewell went to adjust it, turned it up for a solo, and it just flopped off.
Yeah.
Dude, he sat there playing that solo, looking at the knob on the floor like he was panicking the whole solo, just sitting there like,
yeah.
And me and Josh, dude, we were laughing so hard just looking at his face, and he didn't even notice we're laughing because he's so zoned in on like, holy fuck, the volume knob fell off of the amplifier. What am I gonna do? Like, bro, pinch it and twist it,
dude.
It ain't that serious.
He
had demons tattooed all up on his shoulders and shit. Sleeve tattoos, satanic runes.
But he could play the fuck out that guitar.
He could play that metal now.
As far as sketches go, I do want to say this now that we're about an hour into the show and there's viewers here. There will be new t-shirts going into the RMTS t-shirt shop. There will be one for Josh, there will be one for Myth, and there will be one for myself. You guys feel free to try and figure out whose is whose. Obviously, Josh is rather obvious, but it's funny. So when those come out, probably next week, make sure to check those out. They'll be in the description of next week's episode. There's no reason to promote the old shit. We do want to see what you guys decide to buy out of the new one, though. So I wanted to let you guys know that that was coming, and you guys thoroughly should enjoy it.
Look forward to limited edition Garfield socks next year.
Nice.
I'm 100% gonna buy one of your hoodies. What are you talking about? I'm 100% gonna buy it.
Stupid.
We're gonna have some socks at
Oh, yeah.
Garfield, like just a big old Garfield shit.
Hey,
No, where do you think the logo came from? It's Garfield's beard. That's where I drew it from.
oh my god,
It looks more like his than yours.
bro.
It's even got the
Beard
Garfield
alone.
eyebrow up. Like what the fuck are you
Exactly.
talking about?
You got the bald head. Look, that isn't me. People sit here and make fun of me and say that it's me, and I don't have a beard like that. No, it's Garfield, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Stupid.
Now we permanently know it's canon. The
Yeah,
beard is
exactly.
actually Garfield.
Yeah.
It's been around since before we met him on the show. That is, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just like
knew that-
it's just like
I
Spike Kids
knew.
3D. He's the guy.
He was the secret hidden guest that we bring on in the second season to surprise everybody, bring on the twist, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now you see that we've been planning it all along.
Dun, dun, dun.
Garfield, I know I got a picture of us somewhere, bro. I know you do too, but I know I got a
Yeah.
picture of you, me, and Alan somewhere.
Yeah, I got it.
I saw it on
my
Google.
wall. Yeah, I got it on my wall, man. I got it.
Dude,
on my
there's
wall.
some horrible pictures of me on Google, bro. Some shit that like my mom
You
posted to
want me
like
to grab
Facebook,
it?
and somehow somebody made an article about it. You can if you want to. Is it us up against the wall?
Yes, I'll rub it.
Y'all want to see what it looks like to take a picture in federal prison with your boys? This is the band, y'all. Tell me you wouldn't sign this to a major label immediately. Look at this band line up here, all right?
When was there like a picture day and you guys like
Typically, yeah. I think you could maybe you could do it anytime. You had to basically pay $1 for a photo ticket off the commissary, and then you go to the rec yard, give them your photo ticket, and that's good for one picture. And the dude would take it, and then like a week later, 2 weeks later, after the gang people had investigated to make sure you weren't throwing up gang signs or sending any subliminal messages, then they give you your picture. Hey, look at me on the right with my glasses and my head shaved. Look, man.
Yeah, my short ass and shit.
I was high in that picture. I can tell by the color of my nose. I was on Suboxone.
Dude.
I can tell. I'm serious. I'm just being
Hey,
honest.
man.
I was on drugs in that picture. I can tell.
The only
You know,
time that I've ever
I was on
seen
drugs most of
anybody
the
on
time when I was in
Suboxone,
Talladega.
when I was working where I was working before I hurt my neck,
Suboxone's a hell of a drug.
this dude would come in the fucking lane to unload the fucking truck. And this dude normally was like the most rambunctious fucking person I've ever seen. Like more
Yeah.
rambunctious than me.
Yeah,
And all
Damn.
of a sudden he's just
he was fucked up.
So I called him out. I said, dude, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
I have to rely on you to like do your fucking job. So that way I don't have to. I'm already injured. I'm not doing your fucking job.
Yeah.
He's like, well, my mom died. And I looked
Oh,
at
man,
him
that's
straight in his
nuts.
face.
Oh, I didn't know that gives you a pass to get fucked up at work, homie.
Yeah. You should
Take
Last
some paid
time I
time
did
off,
that,
bro. That's sad.
your
Yeah,
mom
take some
died.
paid time off.
5 years ago. Stop using that shit.
5 years ago.
Stop being a little depressed bitch and just do fucking life. And
There's a
stop
mad
this shit.
TV skit about that shit. Dude was trashing a party and fucking it was stupid. It's funny as hell.
You're not talking about the girl that was crying about her dog and he died 7 years ago?
Yeah, like some dumb shit like that. That shit was
Yeah.
funny as
I
hell.
miss
Though.
Sparky. My dog died. I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't believe
I
it's been
hate
7
that
years.
fucking shit. I hate
Yeah.
that fucking shit. Like
Yeah.
a lot of my childhood was like that.
I mean, you still miss
So,
people though, but not
like
I mean, you know.
missing people is completely different than using drugs or sitting there and using the person's death to like get stuff
As
out of
your
other
excuse.
people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's so many different things that you can sit there and push better for or change about not only
Yeah.
yourself but your interaction in the world.
Like
don't
not
have to
getting
let it-
fucked up anymore.
Yeah.
Good first step.
It's a good start.
Like
Mhm.
you know the lady I was telling you about last night that when we were talking about like how you introduce your kids to being like different sexuality and
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So my mom had a girlfriend for the longest time, and it was around when my daughter was born. Her mother passed away,
Oh man. that
and
sucks.
I love her mom to death. So I'm not speaking ill of her mother. I'm speaking ill
Yeah.
of the situation.
Yeah.
They started a fund for her because she was an English teacher in the prison and stuff like that,
Oh, that's cool.
and like tried to raise up the community. She was supposed to be the governor of that little town and everything else.
Really?
She never talked about this shit. Like, she's super into politics. She's one of the people that got me super into politics. Like, we talked about history all the fucking time. I was like, awesome. Like, get the fun going, get some kids going to school or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
reinvigorate the community and like do better. So, like, they do the fund one time. Like, that's sketchy as fuck. Okay, whatever. They try and restart it 4 years later and not announce what it's for.
Just
Like,
more
you're money seeking. That's all you're fucking
Yeah.
doing. And then you start up a page and like continue a page talking about how the death of your mom is the biggest thing that's ever happened to you in your life. And I'm sorry, if you're almost a 40-year-old woman, the death of your mother shouldn't be the biggest thing that's ever happened in your life. And if it is,
or at least not something that ruins your life.
no, the biggest thing, that her words, not mine. Like, you can't allow your life to be so minuscule, not only to everybody else but to yourself, that somebody's death is the biggest part of your life. Like, yes, it can be a big part of your life, but you have to not only bring enough life to yourself but the other people around you, that you're not a
Keep on
drain
living.
on everything.
Yeah.
Because that's what you become if you sit there and just hyper focus on what somebody was.
Yeah.
I agree.
What the fuck?
They do too. They do too. That was like right on cue. The dog was like, yeah.
The dog's like, I got your back.
Yeah, man. But man, hey, look, man. This thing with Reggie that I'm working on, bro. It's getting a little crazy, right? Like, I was at the gas station the other day, and motherfucking store clerk said some things to me that wasn't cool, like, because it's recorded all in the store and stuff like that. She started asking, she's like, "Hey, do you do this and that?" And I'm just like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And then yeah, it's been kind of weird, man. I had some friends from the past call me up, ask me about random shit. That just I'm like, yeah, all right, bro, fuck, block, fuck, because I got a lawsuit. No, because I got a lawsuit against them. I got a pending lawsuit right now, and then the fact that I'm trying to hold it, it's like, all right, you little ass is doing too much. We're gonna have to do something about you. So
They love trying to pay somebody off to get in your circle.
Yeah, man.
Find out what you're gonna say, what you know, what you got.
Exactly. They trying to get in.
Trying to build a defense.
I mean, defense to what? Y'all fucked up.
That's the thing that I love about the FBI being so blatantly, obviously aggravated as shit with guys like me that have YouTube channels and you that go out here and tell.
Yeah.
All we do is literally tell what they did.
They fucking did.
I said this in my letter to the judge. I said, if you guys are pissed off and embarrassed about us, you just tell them the truth. Then you need to change what you're doing, bro.
Yup.
All we did is say what you did. If you're embarrassed or angry, you fucked up, not us.
Yup.
That means you did something wrong.
It's because
yeah, Cloudy
they
did say don't
believe-
talk about pending stuff, so be careful where you trend in that way.
No. Already, that's what I'm saying. I'm just letting, just in case some shit happens. Think of like, well, he did kind of bring it up, and the shit was real. All of a sudden, they'll do me like a Dave Chappelle. Yeah, to sprinkle some crack on him. It was a drug deal going back. I'm dead ass serious for real. Because like when you got a record, they'll make us that shit y'all see on the movie. Matter of fact, perfect example. What that movie was, a Sniper, with Marky Mark when he was a sniper or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had that shit.
The Lone Survivor.
No, not that one. The one that like
Sniper, where he goes to the old man that's got the gun, and when you wrap it in paper, you can make it look like it's shot from anywhere.
Yeah, all type of crazy shit. Like they be doing and like people say, like we was talking about the other night, the Patriot Act. These people could they could wiretap your phones. They could break into your home and offices. There's actually a National Geographic about it. You can YouTube it, and the Patriot Act, and it breaks it all the way down. And they pretty much, dude, they can do stuff without warrants. And the thing is, because when I went to the feds, I made a mistake. It's not a mistake, but it kind of is. Dude's woman, they said, dude, if you're gonna be Muslim, don't register as a Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Don't keep tabs on you.
You feel me? And then the thing is, people could use that, and it's scary because it's like, damn, I thought it was America where you could practice your religion without have to be worried, but this is not fucking the Holocaust happening again and shit. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I can't even really associate with a group of Muslims because I don't know what the fuck they doing, and then I'll get wrapped up in some of their shit, and now I'm damn domestic terrorist and shit. Just because I'm practicing my religion, I'm associated with. Just because I go pray with some people and they got some other shit going on I don't know about. Now I'm fucked up too.
It's
Just
freedom
because
up
you
until the
experience-
people who have power want more
experience your
power.
religion a little bit. You have a whole bunch of people that decide to be extremist or possibly could be,
and it's not even like that for real. Muslims are like really one of the most. You pray 5 times a day. You're constantly reminding God and stuff that you do. You just don't. I'm not knocking Christian. You just don't go to church like on Sunday and then do what you got to do throughout the week. This is something, and that's it's real strict. But the thing is that they use that shit and manipulate it because Muslims have a bad name.
They use the small percentage to, exaggerate it and cause chaos and mischief and hatred and division.
Yeah, it's scary. It's fucking horrifying and shit. Because I mean,
well, the Feds treat you guys like a gang. The Feds,
exactly,
regard particularly black Muslims as a gang and nothing less.
And then the thing is, when when you're intelligent and stuff, and you start breaking shit down, they automatically say, okay, this motherfucker's a supremacist or whatever. Like Black Panther, he's all about some other shit. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to damn do, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, bro,
they
just because
apply
I'm telling
the things
the truth,
that a small percentage say or do, and use it to justify, this widespread panic.
Well, that's exactly what me and Garfield and Myth were talking about last night. Is like when people sit there and look at the extremes of either side or the extremes of anything. In all honesty, even religions, you look at everything. Yeah, the extremists are the loudest part, but they're normally the smallest part.
The loud minority, the violent minority.
There are so many people in this country that are so centrist and like will look at both sides and see.
But the news doesn't tell you about them.
Exactly.
Nah. The news wants you to think everybody's one side or the other and far out. And then you have
the extremists that pull every politician, every religion so far towards the extreme that it's like you saying that you're associated with an ideology, a religion, or anything anymore.
They assume you're that far.
Pulls you so far towards the extreme, then you look like an idiot.
Well,
above you look like you're so uninformed.
Yeah. Above the news just doing that, like the news is incentivized to push the extremes because that's what people click on. Like that's what gives them revenue, and it's a self-feeding problem where there's people who like, I don't want this, but then it's being fed to everybody, and the majority of the population are just clicking on headlines that grab their attention.
Yeah.
Well, they said
and who controls all this? Who controls all this? Government. Yeah. So, you can't believe I seen it on the news. That'd be lie like a motherfucker.
Well,
I was recently challenged, believe it or not. I don't really personally talk about politics much, but I will say that I was accused of believing something, right, because of my political ideology or whatever. And it was, well, you think this and this and this and this. And I'm like, I don't fucking think that. I've never said that, heard a politician say that. Where the fuck did you get that from? Yeah. Their news station told them that we think that. So that's just that, nobody's ever fucking said that before. What are you talking about? Like, you didn't research it on your own. You didn't go ask any questions. You didn't look at any other news station. You didn't talk to any politicians.
Some people are just stupid and gullible, bro.
And let me also say, this news station is not known for being calm and reasonable. They want you to be mad. They make a lot of money off of you being mad. So they don't care about facts whatsoever. They just hit you with the blah, 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 scared, and you need to blah, 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 blah. And they're out to get us. And so he comes to me and you think this and this. And I was like, no, the fuck I don't. Who told you that's a political thing like that? Nobody has ever said that on my side, and I don't agree with that or support it. So that's not an R thing. Your news station is just lying to you to make you donate to their campaigns.
Hey, Josh, you guys, do you see what's going on out in Cali right now?
No, not specifically what you're talking about.
Yesterday.
Yeah, with the gangs and stuff, like all the gangs now, they're like running up in rich people's houses on the West Coast. Like it's organized and shit. Like hell yeah, it's like I was telling them, like it's like some Batman shit. Like they drag them off. They just, and with the way the economy's going, it's only gonna get worse. People out here starving. People that ain't got no money, they gonna start getting crazy. The only ones the only really ones that's gonna like help the situation is guys like me and Josh has been incarcerated, and we could be like, talk to them or something, because these kids and shit, they don't listen to. And now the parents are scared of the kids. Kids ain't, man, what? Like I've been in some households, like because I do a lot of repairs and stuff like that, and I've been around a lot of people, and I watch how these kids are like so disrespectful and raising their voice and talking back to their parents. I'm like, bro, my mom will punch my whole head through my
ass.
She would anybody know One Punch Man?
One Punch Man.
She would One Punch Man my ass. Like hell no. Like it's just a respect thing, And these kids don't got it. They think talking shit to your parents, running around doing dumb shit, and like the guns on these videos, like these music videos.
And violence is really glorified.
Oh my god! I'm like, dude. Y'all are just going crazy, and then the drugs, like especially that fentanyl shit, Like that shit, I done lost 4 people.
A dude I went to school with
You know
just
what I mean?
died from fentanyl that we
Yeah, I've
thought
been
was
like people
Xanax.
dropping like I'm like, God damn, like this shit is getting out of control.
Like
People
23,
is
24 years
crazy,
old.
man.
No, me and you were talking about this shit last night, and super
Yeah.
super in depth. Obviously, we're not going to get that in depth into
Yeah,
that
yeah,
on
yeah.
here, but like when you have culture that so involves drugs and so involves not being around your family and being responsible and everything else, you do have the falling out of a family, regardless of race, regardless of anything. When you have a fallout of family, that family falls deeper and deeper into the depths of being poor and poverty and everything
Yep.
else.
It's a
And then
cycle.
as you fall down, the next generation isn't going to go up. It's going to either
Nah,
stay the
bro.
same or get worse because dad's not in the house anymore.
Exactly. The nuclear family is destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You got kids raised, you got babies raising because a lot of these parents, they damn young, they just busting nuts and not thinking about what they doing. Not even got a plan. They ain't got a plan. I love her, bro. And they be fighting all type of crazy shit. The goddamn kid watching, then the kid think it's cool. Like these little babies, like I be like on even on Facebook or these reels on YouTube when the kids be talking junk and they think that shit's cute and like be doing wild. I'm like, that shit's not cute.
Yeah.
That kid 2-3 years old, he should not, or he or she should not be even thinking on that level. Like they're exposed to way too good damn much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we missed the Vine era because we were locked up, but a lot of popular Vines were literally just kids cussing. And I was like, that's just like, I'm not sitting over here saying, oh man, they're such bad parents. That's just not really funny to me. Like, I don't find a 4-year-old saying, give me the money, bitch. I don't think that's funny. You know, it's just kind of like you need to keep their older sibling away from them.
Oh, you guys remember that one chick that had gave her kid an X pill? And he was in the back seat, like his eyes rolling back. Look that shit up, dude. She went to jail. The kid was like 2 years about to die. Gave him a whole X pill, and the thing that went on Facebook, that shit was recording. The kid's eyes rolling the fucking back. Yeah,
they thought it was funny. He'd be all right.
And they're high. They got the damn baby high. The babies. This is not a hangover. Matter of fact, they didn't even do that in Hangover. They didn't even get the baby high. Did the baby get high? Yeah, come on, man.
No, they just put the baby in a safe.
There's some fucked up shit.
Less fucked up shit, but like still fucked up shit. When you guys were in jail, I think around 2012, maybe 2010, a little bit earlier, they had this show called 16 and Pregnant on MTV.
Yes, shit like that. Like that's not cool, bro. Like
glorifying it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get pregnant so I can be on 16 and pregnant. That's my goal.
And like obviously, speaking in that stereotype, obviously that's not the majority of teen pregnancy, but it's going to be a part of it if you fucking make it available for them to do it.
Man, these little young girls out here thoughts.
Again, it's another thing of attention being the driving force over what's actually good or valued.
And then when they turned some of the moms from 16 and Pregnant into actually reality TV stars, what does that show these teenagers? That
get pregnant and you'll be rich.
Yeah, you might be one. The fuck out.
And the best part is that like the more white trash that they are, the better. You know, the more famous they usually get. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Catch Me Outside. How about that? I didn't know that was Bad Baby or whatever until like just a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Look at that. Look what you people did. Me and Garfield were in prison. We don't take responsibility for that. Y'all made that thing famous.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't support that.
I remember when that whole situation.
Why do y'all want that girl to get rich? That girl is like, don't support ignorance and stupidity.
Yeah, that's why
that girl needs to go to school. Her vocabulary is awful, but instead they were like, it's funny because she's so stupid.
Have you guys seen Idiocracy?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the I swear, dude.
I say that all the time.
Put me on to that movie, right?
Genius.
That shit, and it's happening. I'm like, oh my god. Like
one
even
of
like
one of the Island Boys' fucking girlfriends or ex-girlfriends went on a podcast within like the past week and was openly talking about how he abuses the shit out of her.
Oh, that's great. And yeah, you're cool.
She fucking tattooed his name to her face.
Yeah, that's some.
That does sound a little abusive.
What the fuck that is going on?
Girl, you don't need my name on your face though. How do I know you really love me though, girl?
That's his sex slave.
You a face tag girl. You be staring at the sun.
I'm gonna brand you on your face so nobody wants you and shit. Like,
I think more it's like there's cycles of generations. Like it goes back to the classic phrase that I know has been repeated like over and over again, but it's good times create weak people create hard times create strong people. Strong people create good times. You know, so there is like a natural cycle of like different things. And I think it like standard, not only styles of living, but different what is valued within that generation changes drastically. And I think we're like it just on a large swing.
You have a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, look, you put it like that.
Bro.
The other day I watched, I might have mentioned this recently, but I watched a video the other day of Motley Crue on stage in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they were doing things that were straight up sexual assault. straight up 100% get canceled today, right? Now is the decade of decadence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, like, bro, they're like whipping their dongs out and say, "Who wants to sick on this?" Like, I mean, like straight up, like, bro, you can't do that anymore, right?
Yeah.
So in response to that, kind of like Myth was saying, maybe a certain sect of people felt, objectified or disregarded, disrespected to some degree, and from that rose the '90s, where they weren't even shredding on the guitars. And Kurt Cobain, when he married Courtney Love, said he could name the girls he fucked on one hand. Because it's sexist to sleep with your fans. And that's how the grunge artists were. They thought it was sexist to have sex with your fans, And so out of the ashes of the women probably got kind of tired of this after a long time. Like, okay, Vince, it's really funny. Like, it's funny for you to make a joke about a blowjob, but like 15 minutes later, you're still talking about it. It's not a joke anymore, bro. You're being creepy. You know what I mean? Like, they got tired of that shit. And then in response, it would seem the grunge music rose to power, where the whole ideology behind it was the exact opposite of what it had been in the 80s, and it resulted in some great lyrics and soul searching.
Yeah.
As a result of the bullshit.
Legitimately saying, he's like, in the grand scheme of things, I'll sit here and go on a world tour. I'll have a few girls following me from stop to stop to stop. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, when I go to bed at night, I'm going to make sure I turn on Pornhub and I'm going to be fully satisfied because there's not a damn thing that any of these little girls are going to be able to do regardless.
Especially not after as long as he's been in the game.
Shit.
Well, his name is Little Dicky. We all know his dick's just long.
Oh, that guy. I know what you're talking about. They were talking about.
I don't know. Like, even like with you guys, man. The way I grew up or whatever, it's way different. Like, these kids now, I don't know what the fuck, man. It's scary. It's like, these are going to be the leaders. These are going to be people running shit. And y'all are not like trying to stop this. Even the education is like, schools is just trash.
And like Garfield was mentioning about Idiocracy, I'm a big Mike Judge fan. I think that his satire is top tier because of how believable and predictable it often predictive it often is.
Yeah.
And like, for example, in Idiocracy, if you recall, he speaks like a normal person, but in the future, everybody's really stupid, so he talks really eloquently and like he verbalizes and enunciates, and they all think he sounds gay. So they're all like, "Yeah, you're fruity." That's legitimately, in my opinion, how it is in jail. If you're an enunciating, well-spoken person, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Is that dude gay or something?" Like, it's masculine to talk like you have one brain cell.
Everybody thought I was in there for white collar. Everybody thought I was in there for white collar. They was like, "You're too smart." It was like, "You was doing them checks, you busting them checks, you doing wire fraud." I was like, "No, dude."
You're like, "Nah, pistols, bro."
And then
I was running around with guns.
And to see it, like, you swap out paperwork all day. I'm like, "Hey man, let's read this shit." And they come back, they be like, "Bro, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Look, dog,
You're like, look, some people can speak properly, and it doesn't mean that they're either white collar criminals.
Don't try me.
Idiocracy was very, very accurate in that regard because it predicted that dumb people think it's gay to speak properly. And like I said, when I was in county jail, man, rednecks would be like, "Why you say you're from here? Why you got that Yankee accent?"
Dude, why
I
you
say bed with one syllable? Like, I say I'm going to go lay in my bed. I don't say bed with two syllables. I say bed. I don't say bed. I don't say oil. I say oil. Like the oil in my car, not my oil. My oil in my truck. I don't talk like that.
Working and being like in jail and shit like that. Like when I get around rednecks, because in construction and get around like straight up like racist motherfuckers that do not like black people at all. And to fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? I'll just goddamn, come on, boy, let's go on down to the fishing hole, catch some big old bass. And they be mad as shit. And I talk like that the whole fucking day. I'm like, shit, I'm around y'all all day. You don't think I got them pick a couple of things? I don't even sound like I'm from up north no more. When I go back home, my friends, they be making fun of me, be like, "Man, what the fuck, son? Yo, dog, you want some other shit, bro? What the fuck?"
It's astounding to me how sensitive other people are to accents because I don't have a thick southern accent for where I live. But when I went to New York City, I'd say "hey," and they're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you kill any black people?
Yeah.
When you went to New York City, what are you talking about?
Huh?
I'm not racist.
You show up on a podcast and you're like, "I don't like his voice."
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter what I do. I'm always gonna either sound. I just like to say that I sound like a combination of a cow and Hank Hill, and You know,
Wow,
soothing or
that is a
aggravating.
unique. Where'd you get that? Jesus Christ! Man.
Well, I mean, I get the Hank Hill a lot. People say I already sound like Hank Hill, but the cow is just because the bovine monotonous moo level that I speak at.
Oh,
I'm just kind of mooing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just mooing.
Just-
And then I mean, people always say Hank Hill, and I don't. I guess it's just deep voice Southern accent. I guess is why they do that. I sell propane and propane. Like it's a whole different
Accessories.
Oh,
You
man,
know,
come on.
I sell cocaine and cocaine accessories, and I ended up in the
You don't know
feds.
shit about
Hey,
Panama,
I'm the
bro.
cocaine clown.
Hank Hill might know something about Panama. You remember there was an episode where he caught a bunch of fish with crack, so maybe he got
Wow.
that
I
crack in
don't
Panama. I'm
remember
not sure.
that.
Nice.
You ever saw that
Nice.
episode? There's an episode where he was accidentally buying crack and fishing with it, and then the
Oh
fish built
my
up a
God.
tolerance and they wouldn't bite it anymore.
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
Highly recommend that episode. He gets busted buying crack. Hank Hill got arrested for buying crack. Recommend that episode. I think it's first or second season. First season, I believe.
I need to check that out. For
So-
real.
Swear to you, I was just
Great
feeding it to the fish.
In our chat,
Yeah.
I've posted all
good
of my,
excuse.
well, some of my stories that I can tell. I do want to go over the whole Twitter being bought by Elon Musk thing. And I figured before we dive deeply into that, figured I'd turn you guys into making sure that you guys at least had it open so that way you guys could figure out what you guys want me to tell. So have you guys heard about Elon Musk buying Twitter, buying part of Twitter, and then
Yes.
deciding, you know what, I'm
Yeah,
just going to buy
someone
all of it?
Yeah, you explain some of that. to
Did
me.
he actually buy all? Like what
All right.
happened? Last I
He
heard, he
put
bought
in-
a 10% stake.
He put in an offer to buy the entire thing to turn it into a private organization.
They're still in the
and
negotiating
then-
stage.
No, okay. So in order to understand why this is bad, you have to understand how companies work.
Yeah.
If you're the head or the board of a company, you are legally obligated to make the most money for that company you possibly can.
Uh-huh.
So the board of directors at Twitter currently is refusing to even table the offer Elon Musk has put on the table,
Oh wow. So like screw
which
you.
technically is illegal for every single shareholder that we have.
Right, because ostensibly he could skyrocket the value by purchasing the company in one swoop and then make their investors a fuck ton of money, right?
Yes, because you, me, all of us
Mhm.
could have stake in Twitter at any point in time. I currently do not. I do not invest on Twitter, so I'll be completely open and honest.
Mhm.
I do feel. What do I mean? They are legally obligated to make the most amount of money. So when you are the head of a corporation, you are told by essentially, I don't believe it's FCC, but it could be the FCC,
Mhm.
that when you sell a product, we saw this with what the fuck was the immunization guy, the dude that raised all of the medical prices? What the fuck was his name?
Skrelly,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Martin
know.
Shkreli.
he came on numerous podcasts talking about how he had to raise products that were $200 to $175 because at that point,
What?
yes, there was medications that were priced at $2.50
Mhm.
that
Martin
he raised
Shkreli.
to $175.
Basically,
And then
he bought
$7.50, right?
The only
HIV/AIDS pill, right?
I
Wasn't
believe
it?
so.
It was an
So-
HIV/AIDS necessary treatment pill for
Yes,
people, and he jacked the
but
price from $2 to
80% of the people that were on it, it was covered 100% by insurance completely and totally. The other 20% of the people that asked for it and were prescribed by their doctor, all they had to do was call the corporation and they gave them the pill for free because of the increase in turnover
Yeah,
and
because
how
that's
much they were able to make.
insane.
it would still be a
That's
profit,
insane.
a higher
Yeah.
I mean,
profit.
them drug
They still-
pharmaceutical companies ain't shit any goddamn way.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
Regardless, he was legally obligated to make that change because they were able to increase profits and increase the worth of the company because that's how corporations work in the United States. You have to turn over as big of a profit if you are a figurehead of a company as you possibly can.
But I also
So
feel like a lot of companies
if
expect you
it's
to work within
public,
the bounds
if
of
it's
morals,
public.
though. I mean, I feel,
How would
I
that-
If
hope
it's public,
that companies would expect you to operate within the bounds of morals. You know what I'm saying? And
not in a
Yeah.
public
That-
company.
that's not how it works with money.
morals
unfortunately,
don't
you
matter
know?
in law. They care
Yeah, no,
about the
right.
law.
It's about who can put more money into the PAC.
So
or
how
whatever.
would that affect the general public, Zach?
General public for what? Twitter or the
Yeah, which Twitter?
pharmaceutical
the
companies?
whole
Okay,
deal.
so right now, as a person, you can invest in Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And based off of what Elon Musk says and does at the precise moment, that price for that stock is going to fluctuate, whether that's
Mhm.
positive or negative.
Absolutely.
Which is why he has to be careful
Yes,
about what he
he
says.
has controls it now.
No, he's
I mean,
trying,
if trying to, you know what I'm saying, if he
He's got
did,
10% last I heard.
but
got
because he
10%.
owns 9 to 10% of the stock, that stock is going to fluctuate based off of what he says, just like Tesla does, just like all of his other companies does. That's going to fluctuate depending on what he says. If he decides to purchase the entire thing, it's not really a thing that's going to affect us as taxpayers or in the money market. It's going to affect us in how we're able to speak and how much free speech is online.
Yeah.
I think the main reason he's doing it is so he can take down that plain Twitter.
He's stupid.
You heard about that Twitter account?
Man. Oh man.
You know he's got
that Twitter account is fucking hilarious.
I think that's a perk of it, maybe. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that's the
that's
sole
main
reason, but seriously, you remember he offered to pay a guy, and in case anybody doesn't know, there's a Twitter account that follows his private jet and tweets the location of it. And Elon Musk evidently offered this guy $5,000 to take down the tweet.
But also,
and he laughed in his face. So now, all of a sudden, a few weeks later, coincidentally, Elon Musk is like, I'm going to just buy Twitter, bitches.
he's also talking about buying it to convert it to completely free speech, though. So
yes.
Oh, word.
So that's where I was getting to.
Yeah.
Was a lot of people starting around the time Trump joined office, not going into politics, just explaining time period wise, started talking about how cancel culture started canceling everybody. Everybody knows that's when cancel culture essentially really kind of came to prominence, was during the start of Trump's term. Was free speech being limited. It was ideals being limited. It was anything being on the right any farther than like centrist. You kind of were ostracized, regardless of what your individual opinions were. You were kind of pushed to the side. You were ostracized. You were canceled, regardless of what the question was. You couldn't question anything anymore.
I don't know if that's a good description at all of cancel culture or whatever you want to call it, but I mean, we can go with that.
Stupid.
What
do you think? Well, what do you think?
I didn't know of anybody getting canceled because they said they were a Trump supporter or something like that. I heard of people getting canceled over shit like racism and sexual assault and stuff like that. Never anything like I like Trump, so they're canceled.
That's me too, and stuff like that. I'm talking about people being shadow banned, people being silenced by Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, including Real Men Talk Shit. Real Men Talk Shit was silenced for a full entire month on Facebook because I posted a meme that said, okay, all 4 of these things are alike, and it had a picture, and it had a picture of a silencer, a picture of a M4 with a silencer, a picture with an AK-47 with a silencer, and a picture of Mark Zuckerberg.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because he silences speech.
Yeah.
So
the grand irony was that it was silence.
and it got silenced too. He's like, okay, we're gonna show you. That's crazy,
even currently, the Full Send podcast with Donald Trump was taken down, I believe, a month and a half ago. Yes, people will say that it's because of fake speech, whatever it is. There's still speech that's being said that's being silenced.
Do we have freedom of speech or not? Because I'm still
that's where I was going back to the start of Trump's presidency. Was then when everybody started getting banned, Trump got banned, people around him got banned. Then you see this question of, hey, where is speech right now currently? Where do we talk? Where do we interact with everybody?
Crazy like you want to, like you really want to.
Everybody talks online. It's not freedom of the press anymore. It's online articles. It's not freedom of assembly anymore. We're now assembling in podcasts. We're now assembling on YouTube. We're now assembling in live streams.
Yeah, and that's crazy because when people like actually, if you're just grouping up and stuff like that, they're gonna you ain't got permit, you just shut them. No, we just average citizens. We want to come together.
And now freedom of speech. Technically, if you want to be honest and 100% truthful, is what you say on Facebook. So now we have a big question about, okay, is free speech covering a publicly traded company, or are they not legally obligated to admit that there's bias in how they censor people?
And address that shit.
So with Elon coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to make it so that way it is completely free speech. Yes, there's going to be negative things by doing this, but everybody being able to say what the hell's on their mind and showing their bias.
there's gonna be some other shit to that. That's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
definitely.
honestly, like everybody has talked about like going through and like changing this legally to where that they're decided as a publisher, not a all this talk. The gears of
Yeah.
legality move slower than time. So like let's stop
Yeah,
kidding
you ain't
ourselves and
Yeah, for real, you're right. You're
admit
absolutely
that
right.
they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So let's use outside resources like somebody buying up the company and making it private in order to
Do that.
get the task accomplished. And
That's a very
instead of-
good point. That's a very good
That's
point.
that's the way you speed things up. You actually take action. And if the government isn't going to take action and say, hey, all of this is free speech or none of it is free speech, either way, it doesn't matter. As long as you state the bias of, is it a publisher or is it showing, hey, this is individuals, people's opinion, that's okay. Let them speak. And yes, we monitor it. Yes, we go through and make sure that they're not making imminent threats to people. But stating opinion isn't necessarily a problem.
Yeah,
I don't like when that shit's going, man, for real.
I've seen very few opinions be silenced, man. It's typically some straight up, absolute, provably wrong shit that I typically see is the substance of things being banned
I
or
think
removed
that
from
that's
Facebook.
the very
Not
vast
always.
majority. Yeah,
Not always.
but-
Like, for what example? For what
There
Zach
is a
talked about?
majority
That's
of
not
it.
political. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was
But
still
there-
removed
there-
because he was talking shit. It's obvious that Zuckerberg is going to be biased against memes about Zuckerberg.
Yeah, like then you look at things like Joe Rogan with what happened before his apology. You see him sit here and come out and say, hey, fabric masks probably aren't good. It's probably just essentially doing the same thing as walking around without a mask. And then he was proven
I didn't want to
correct
get on that
after
shit.
he was shit on for like 2 weeks.
I don't know that he was proven correct, man. You're saying he was proven correct in saying that wearing a cloth mask is almost the same as wearing nothing?
Yes, because it isn't.
Nah.
You're
The cloth
you're
mask
supposed-
like a t-shirt? Yes. If you're talking about a mask like a surgical mask like everybody
No,
walks around wearing,
that's
it is
not a
much
cloth mask.
different.
That's a
Different, yeah.
surgical mask.
Okay, so you're
I'm
talking about a
talking
cloth
about the
mask
people
like
that
what?
are using bandanas
Oh,
or
like
people sewing fabric.
yeah, no, I never thought a
together.
bandana
Yeah.
would work. You gotta, I mean, medical grade stuff. This is a cloth one, but
Yeah.
this is a medical grade right here. This
Yeah,
is
that's
Disney World,
different.
you know.
That's
Yeah.
different than what I'm talking about.
But I mean,
talking
bro,
about,
I'm
like,
sorry, man, but in my opinion, I think you're nitpicking them, bro. It's not like he said, "Oh, masks are bad," and then he found out to be right, and all the liberals were making fun of him or something, bro. He's talking
Yeah.
about a
No.
specific type of mask that.
No, then he was forced to apologize from Spotify for saying that originally.
That's
And he was
petty
proven
as
right.
fuck, though.
I agree,
That
it's
shit's
petty.
That shit's petty.
We're all on
See-
the same side. That's what I'm saying.
See-
It's like that's freedom of speech. Saying, "Hey, I don't agree with this," and everybody's doing it.
That's
You
your
should be
fucking
allowed to
right.
do
Yeah,
that.
man.
And
even
he should absolutely has the right to say that.
And speaking of like Spotify, even Joe
100%
Rogan,
free
when
speech,
he
my
signed
boy.
his contract with Spotify, they specifically incited that he was allowed to have any guests he wanted on. And then they had a whole fit of like staff trying to like walk out everything over him having Alex Jones on, which they knew he was going to have Alex Jones on. He's had him on his podcast several times. He moved platforms basically so he could have Alex Jones on. I mean,
Yeah.
and a fat stack of cash.
Yeah, no
But-
shit.
Pretty fast stack of cash.
Like it's not only the corporations doing these things, it's the people inside the corporations that live in these super hyper accelerated zones where everybody is in the same thought process and they're
The
all
worker-
packed together in a city.
Like worker bees and
and-
ants and shit, for real.
It's the mouse experiment. Once you put enough people into a confined space, then it kind of gets overwhelmed and crazy, and people split off, and it's segregated,
factions.
even though it seems like a community.
Well,
Have
you
you
see
ever-
it in you see it in every revolution if you look back at history, in the French Revolution, in the Soviet Revolution, in the Nazi Revolution in Germany, in all of them. When you spit an idea into a group of people that are looking for an answer,
Psychological warfare.
and there is no answer other than that because nobody else is talking, it spreads like wildfire. And when
Latch
something
onto
spreads
it.
like wildfire,
Uh-huh.
you have no way to control what happens next. So
Very
when
true.
we have
Unless
when
you
we
insert some
have-
more ideas.
Yeah, when we have the extremists on both sides being the loudest people in the entire country
Mm-hmm.
and pushing every ideology that they feel is the only answer you possibly could ever have,
Mm-hmm.
then the four of us that are very, very centrist look like fucking douchebags because none of us choose a side.
Yeah.
We all sit there and pick, I like that idea, and I like that
Yeah,
idea, and I
exactly.
like that idea. And it does not matter what side's with.
Another thing
Yeah.
is there's kind of a chain like from these extremeness leading down where there's the top like violent doing everything leading destruction and chaos, and then there's people like below that are like, okay, I don't really want to be violent, but they're going towards our cause, right?
Yeah.
So let's help by any means.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And then it just leads down the chain. Well, that guy's not so bad, and then it keeps
It gets
going.
worse and worse. And
And
next
it-
thing you know,
and it
there's death
happens on-
camps. So it's happened before. We watched it.
And you know what? Matter of fact, I should look it up to quote this, but Hitler had made a quote. He said something along the lines of, if you have the children of a nation, you have that nation.
Mhm.
Something along the lines of that. And it's
And notice
true.
how he started the Hitler Youth
Yeah.
and
And that's
modeled it towards
just-
the Boy Scouts.
Look
Also
at
how
that
the
propaganda.
SS
Look
was
how effective
started.
that was.
I'm just saying. Bro. It's, like you said, history repeats itself, and we're not careful. The world's heading for a very,
And
very
if you
scary
look at
place.
everything as vague things like that, everything repeats itself.
Yeah,
No matter
man.
if it's here in the United States, no matter if it's in Russia, no matter if it's in Germany, no matter if it's in the UK, everything gets repeated by everybody. And unless you're willing to say something about it, it will just be repeated over and over and over again.
And it's bad because it's supposed to know better. Shit, you would think after 5,000 times.
Now,
you'd
yeah,
get
now
it
that
right.
we've got written history, you think we'd start figuring some shit out.
Yeah, you
But
know what I'm
it's-
saying?
Now we got
Like,
books and the internet and shit. Can we remember something
It's
for
not
once and learn a
even
lesson?
that though. Like past like civilizations repeating themselves. We have times of mass extinctions where civilization is almost completely wiped out, and then it completely restarts, and then you have civilization repeating itself again.
and yeah,
And
Yeah.
then
Once
it-
again, being destroyed or
Yeah.
destroying themselves.
yeah. Yeah, it gets deep, man. It gets deep. But with the bad part about it is like we know if you like you said, if we know the past and we know what happened, we got to try to do something to correct it. If we don't, we're doomed. We're fucking just the way the world's going, we're hit, bro. If people don't start waking up and start changing, and it takes all of us, it got to be on a it's gonna be hard.
That's why we need to be
do it.
paralegals or something, Garfield. It's easier to change the system from the inside than the outside. That's what that dude
Yeah.
said on SLC Punk. At
Yeah.
the end of the movie, he sold out. He cut off his mohawk. He stopped being a punk rocker, and he got a job as an attorney. And he was like, "Hey, I'm still a punk rocker, motherfucker.
Dude,
It's
I
easier
would
to
like
break the system from the inside than to stand outside and yell at it."
yeah, you damn
I was
sure.
like,
But
that's
even
a
like
pretty
with
good,
that,
pretty good way of looking at it.
with the PAC program that I wrote, you know what I'm saying? They actually have this as law in the policy statement, program statement with the Bureau of Prisons. Inmates are allowed to organize and create organizations as long as it's beneficial to the community of the inmates and society. And you can actually get to the point where you're getting guests to come in, news media, these things like that. But as long as you set up like a curriculum or something like that, you got
Got to
other
have a
inmates willing to.
plan.
And look, and I had it laid out. I went to the T with everything, you know what I'm saying? And I still, because I was in all those programs and stuff like that. So I was like one of the perfect candidates to do that. And actually Reggie, a couple other people, was on the thing with me, and we presented it to the warden. They're like, man, we are not letting y'all do this shit. I was like, they wouldn't even let us have Toastmasters and other programs throughout the BOP. And this helps you with your speech. So you become a good, speaker and stuff like that. And even when you're doing business deals or just in life, and they even have like a little bell. If you like when you're running your speech, you say you hit the bell. So you guys stop trying to say and like certain things ticks and stuff like that. But they wouldn't bring it there. They wouldn't bring it. The person that was running, I don't know if that bitch is still there, but the person that was running the reentry program, fuck her. She wasn't shit.
Yeah, make sure to like, and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah, she was nothing, man. And then the thing is, because I'm like, you're just here
Only
trying
some
to get a
people will
paycheck.
get
You
that
don't
one.
care. You don't care. You don't care. You honestly don't
They
care.
just
Like,
want that government money.
they get checks. They get checks from us because we teach classes up there, and they get more funding for the inmates teaching classes. We don't.
Yeah.
They give us a couple dollars off the top.
that's
but
all they care about.
yeah, I
They'll
do. I just order the books. What's up? What are you saying?
They'll do anything to make a little bit extra money, like you were saying, the
Mhm.
food,
Yeah,
and,
dude.
classes, whatever they can. It's
You're corrupt.
But
It's
Josh,
evil.
you're right, man. Going back in there, that's the only way to do it from the inside out, and that's why I like guys like us. We was able to bond together to change each other's lives.
Absolutely.
And people that's never kind of been in that situation, or even people that are struggling on the street, unless you've never been, you can't relate to that person. You can't. Like, you can't. Somebody
It's
that's never been in
brotherhood, my
trouble,
guy.
never been shot, or somebody who's had cancer. I can't relate to somebody that had cancer. I never had cancer before. I know what it's like.
Dude, that shit's scary as fuck.
You see what I'm saying?
It is scary as fuck to find a lump in your fucking balls and have to go to the doctors and hope that it's not fucking cancer.
You know what I'm saying? And and that goes with a whole bunch of range of aspects of life, and that's the only way you're going to be able to relate, or just try to find out. That's why we're so divided, like you was talking about earlier. People don't try to at least learn somebody else's culture, learn, why am I different? They're like, oh, well, I hate this type of person because of this, that, and third.
That's why I think diversity is so important.
That's stupid as hell. Why don't you go ask or try that food to eat? And I'm like, damn, this shit be fucking good as hell.
Look, I look at it like a metaphor. I can use a good metaphor. I got a good metaphor for you, Garfield. You remember how I said that I was the only white dude that came to play with y'all's black band,
Yeah.
And you know what? That changed my playing, bro. I picked up some flavor. I started playing with a little bit more funk, started doing some wider chords that Mike was showing me. It influenced me, man. It changed. In this case, my musical playing, but I think that applies to life in general, man. I was open to it. I accepted. I came to learn, with an open mind, and I walked away a better person for it. So that's just the case of learning different styles of music, but I think that's applicable to just your mindset in life in general. If you approach it with an open mindset, because, hey, I took it as a compliment. They were like, hey, listen, don't tell anybody else. But do you want to come jam? Don't tell your friend that plays the bass, that crazy white dude with the glasses. Don't tell him. Don't tell Stump. Don't tell none of these motherfuckers. We want you to come play.
Just want you. Yep.
I was like, I got you, dog. And I went out there and had a great fucking time. Expanded my playing a lot, man, because I was open to it. I was like, this is going to be great. And I had a great time. It was sick.
And the graduations and stuff like that. That was real cool because we can encourage each other. Like, look, man, we put this together for y'all. We're in here together, bro. And regardless of the walks of life,
playing concerts was great
together,
in there,
man.
People really enjoyed it, believe it or not, dude. Like, I know there's no like bitches or nothing, but like dudes would be out there headbanging, man. They'd be like, hell yeah, man, they're playing Metallica. Fuck yeah, dude. They'd be out there rocking. That's kind of all we got,
Yeah,
we did try to put a lot of effort into our concerts.
Yeah, man. We should try to that, and we try to like push that a lot because that's the one thing that that sets you free in there is the music. Because you got to find something to like help you with your time because that shit'll drive you crazy. If you don't find something to occupy your mind, you will drive yourself insane.
Yep,
and
you have to.
You got.
That's why some people get tied up in gangs and stabbings and drugs and all the shit they get tied up in. You got to have something.
Yeah, and some people and that's the thing. They glorify all that drug dealing, all that hustling, all that crazy shit. A lot of people don't be about that life. I seen some of the toughest motherfuckers get folded up, or when a situation presents itself, just like, man, Garfield, here, take this. What the fuck you handing me that for? The fuck?
And they're so thug like until the shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
you're over here like I was wondering. You were supposed to get a mandatory minimum 10 with your 2 serving ass.
Yeah,
no, hell no, just playing downward departure. All shit, cooperation.
Nah, man, shit. Like, and the way this. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
Nope. Finish your thing.
No, the way this shit is all it's all messed up, man. I'm just really worried about the world because like I don't have no kids, right? And Josh, like it's scary, man. It's scary because you got to realize who you're going to have kids with and then bringing them out there to this world. You got a problem. You can never prepare your kids more than, just teaching them stuff, just being a good parent. And that comes with spending time. But if you don't have a good job to take care of them, then, as you be working all the time and you can't spend time with your kids, it's a lot and it's come with society. So you have to trust the school system to raise your kids or not raise them, but teach it. And it's just a lot, dude. That shit.
You can't really be expecting them to do a parent's job.
Yeah, you definitely don't want them in their current state.
Yeah, man.
Really, everything.
Yeah, man. And it's scary, bro.
Do you feel like you're hitting your midlife crisis with all the conversations we had last night?
No, I'm gonna say this. Probably shouldn't, but this baby when I was in the grocery store the other day.
I think that story is fucking adorable. You're good.
This kid, I was like just shopping or whatever, and his baby just looked up at me and said, "Dada." I was like, "What the fuck?" And my heart started beating and everything. And like, word, because I'm just like, oh man. And then he's like, "That's crazy that this kid said that something third." And then when he messed me up so much that even when I was leaving out the store, by the time I was leaving out the grocery store, he was asleep. I was like, "You little motherfucker, you just stressed me all the way out." You know what I'm saying? Was that a sign from God? Like, say, dude, you need to make some babies.
Might be time to settle down, Fieldy. Hey,
these chicks are crazy. You seen what I've been dealing with? It's like every time I ain't gonna.
Find the least crazy one.
Women are crazy. Like,
find one that's the right level of crazy, man. You got to find one that's the right.
I mean,
level
they're all,
fine line.
I love my sister. I love women, but we all have levels of crazy and shit. It's just,
don't want one that's a little too crazy. Don't want.
I just don't want the one that's
crazy enough. And I hope they feel that way about men.
I just want somebody I could trust. Right. That's right. I just want somebody I can fucking trust, bro. That's it. That's
tweeted
it.
about this the other
That's
day.
it.
Ice-T said it. Ice-T said, and somebody else said that it's relative to similar to a Kanye quote, but Ice-T said, "One down bitch is worth 1,000 hoes."
Damn
And that's
right.
some wise poetry, man.
Damn
That's some
right.
wise
That's
poetry
gonna have
right
you
there.
hold you, and you're gonna go through some things. You're gonna go through some shit,
course.
and but the matter of fact is y'all trust each other. Even if the person not in the room, or they could be on the other side of the planet. If something happens to them, you know that they got your back.
Uh-huh.
I
And
do like
that's
the
what it's
joke
about,
that I
man.
posted on your Twitter. I think it was 2 days ago. That
Oh,
shit was
hell.
fucking hilarious.
Which one was it? What did I tweet?
You tweeted a picture, and it
Was it
was
the urinal?
no, it was my phone when I have sunglasses on, and it looks at me when I'm trying to put face recognition on, and I commented, "The face that police will make when they realize that you have face recognition on."
Oh, yeah. They're
I was like, let's
definitely
just
on
hope he
shit.
reads that properly, because that joke will hit, and he'll get a nice giggle. The terrorist will be like, "What the fuck?"
They're like, "Oh, he's got face recognition, does he?" Let's
So,
get in
boys,
on that. We're gonna find him everywhere he goes.
we've been
Josh is in
ending every
Walmart.
single episode with a story. Do we want to end this one with a story, or do we want to just end the episode and say fuck it?
Let's continue our tradition. I think Garfield will have you pick a number between 1 and 40. Why not? This way.
What number between 1 and 40?
All right,
Garfield?
well, I fucking 1 to 40. I'm supposed to pick a number and just run
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Take off. 27.
27. Like the
First
club.
tattoo and feeling regret.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Zach's first tattoo.
God damn.
Wow.
Nah, Josh, we're talking about your tattoo. Come on, talk about Einstein. Let's go.
Look at his face. He's like, no.
Don't
He's like,
trust
bro,
inmates.
No.
Don't trust convicts when they say they can do a portrait with a staple.
Oh my God.
Don't
dude.
trust them, because then you'll say, "Hey, look, yes, I'm wearing sleep pants." You'll say, "You can do it, Albert Einstein." And he'll say, "Yeah."
Ah, nice. Hey, but that takes skill, man. That's a lot
No,
of
it didn't.
focus.
Not this one didn't. This one didn't. They usually do. If it would have been good, it would have required skill. This one didn't require any skill. This one was blind stabbing, baby. With a staple.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It looks like a
he did the
potato.
outline, and I was like, I don't know about this. And then we get going towards the second, or we let it heal up. He goes in for
Yeah.
round 2, and that's what that is round 2. And I looked at it and I was like, no, that's
Nah.
enough. No, that's enough of that. We're not going back in on that. But
Since
what was
when
your
did
first
Einstein
tattoo
have a
say?
baby with butthole eyes, Pete Davidson?
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah. And also,
Oh
Einstein's
my
on
God.
ecstasy. His pupils are this fucking big. He's on acid or something. I mean, he's.
Are you gonna
Oh.
cover it or make it look better? You're gonna cover
No,
it?
I think he
Nah.
needs to leave it, and he needs to get like a split in the skull where like math and color comes out.
Oh my God.
I would like to add some color to it, but I'll probably get it honestly overdone with the actual portrait of him. I'm sure
Yeah.
a good artist can probably still fix that.
Yeah, that's what
honestly.
I'm saying.
So,
yeah, somebody could fix
My
it.
first tattoo is this one.
Bad Boy Entertainment. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, you told me about this, I think, didn't you?
It's just the number that was chosen, so I'm going to tell the story. So
Okay.
this is my fucked up tattoo.
Yeah.
It's going to go a little bit into my suicide attempt. If there's
Okay.
any point where you guys want me to go deeper, feel free to go and
Mhm.
tell me to go deeper. So my brother passed away when I was 4. He was
Damn, dude.
about an hour old, and he was my sister's twin. So still had my sister. She ended up having cerebral palsy and kind of like struggled, not extremely bad to where like you would picture somebody with cerebral palsy. She looks
Yeah.
completely normal. She just had problems learning how to walk and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like developmental delays kind of shit. But my brother was kind of like portrayed as like this angel figure my entire life. Like kind of there was a shelf that kind of like was in his honor, and every year it was kind of portrayed like, I wonder where he would be now. And
Right.
that kind of like pushed me very, very dark. And that edge like started coming out of like, you know what? Nobody really fucking cares about me anyway.
Nah, man.
Just nobody cares.
Well,
Like
I don't feel like
they-
he's saying that's correct. I think he's saying that's how he perceived it at the time.
Yeah.
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 that's how I
yeah,
perceived
yeah,
it. Was
yeah.
like just nobody genuinely gives a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody cares. And I started getting that edge that like
Cynical.
I'm the only
Yeah,
person that
yeah.
really kind of genuinely cares about me, about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happened. We moved towns, and we ended up in this rather nice apartment, but the bills kept getting shut off. happened like on a 3 to 6 month schedule where it was the electric, it was the cable, it was the internet, and it went in a
Paycheck
cycle.
to paycheck type shit.
Even worse than that, like people just switching jobs, and it literally was like a 3 to 6 month cycle of where it was like, hey, we would sit there and have the electric on for 5-6 months straight, and then you know what, that hasn't been paid in the past 5 months. So guess what happens when that happens?
Right? Yeah,
it's shut off.
Eventually overdue enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
So because of all of this and like this kind of like warped sense of reality that I had,
This made you get a tattoo?
yeah, I slowly stopped giving a fuck. Even worse, I ended up attempting suicide. I walked into my sister's room, and she was the only person I ever said goodbye to. I walked up
Oh
to her
my
and said,
god,
"Hey,"
dude!
and it was on her birthday. I woke her up.
Oh, come on, bro.
Well, he died on that day. Give me a little bit of respect and understanding.
Oh yeah, okay.
Her birthday would be also his birthday by
Yeah.
nature.
So it was her
Being twins. Yeah, that's how that
it
works.
was her 10-year-old birthday. I walked into her room and said, "Hey, I love you, but peace. I can't do this anymore. I can't." And I gave her a hug. I walked in my room and I slit my wrist as hard as I fucking could.
Which way? I mean,
Down.
I'm so sorry.
Down.
Oh wow.
No, I not even going to like completely straight up and down. And I had one of the weirdest epiphanies in my life. I said, I don't want to die. As soon as I got to about here, I don't want to die. Like light hit me in the face. Like there was nothing that I could honestly explain. Like it was just all of a sudden a reason to live happened. So my mom was a nurse at the time, so we always had medical supplies in the hall closet. Walk down to the hall closet, I get 2 rolls of gauze and a roll of ace bandage, because honestly, most cuts, if you push them together,
Enough pressure.
Yeah, prior pressure.
they're gonna heal.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what?
Gotta love them platelets.
I'm okay. So I got it wrapped up. Nobody saw me without a hoodie on for about 3 to 6 months. Whether it was summer, whether
He was
it was
depressed
winter.
as shit, yeah, because of that tendon scar.
Covering it up.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. So at was it before? It was after my daughter was born, so I was 16. I went and helped my aunt and my uncle move a whole bunch of shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a tattoo with this money. My upstairs neighbor's like, you know what? I'm learning how to tattoo. I'll give you a tattoo. And he gives me this fucking shitty ass tattoo. It's got
He had some color, didn't he? Hey.
It's got 4 fucking fingers and 6 fucking toes.
Oh my
Completely
god,
lopsided.
dude. What is it? Is it a baby or something?
It was supposed to be
That's
Tommy
your brother,
Pickles.
bro.
Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats.
Tommy
Yeah,
Pickles.
it was supposed to be
that
Tommy
looks
Pickles
like
from
a-
the Rugrats
What the?
with a Yankees hat on, because obviously I'm from New York. I
New
love
York.
the fucking Yankees.
Was he high when this was happening?
Probably.
No, it's
Dude, I got
exactly
you,
how
bro.
he drew it, which is the
Hold up.
really fucked up part.
That's the worst part. That's your fault.
All right,
dude.
His
ready.
art,
I'm
no,
ready.
like I was like, you know what? I'm 16. What the fuck?
Fuck it. Yeah.
So I
Meth,
got
you
some
any
Bommy
tattoos?
Bickles.
I have no tattoos. No.
All right, we're going to tattoo shit. I only have one tattoo.
Superman.
Yeah, I got
But,
this my first bid in prison. The only tattoo that I have.
That's why I said Superman, but it's
Cover your
Garfield.
nipple. We're on. Cover your nipple. We're on Twitch.
Cover the nipple,
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, he couldn't hear us. He
You
had
gotta
his headset
cover
off.
it.
What?
You gotta
You gotta
cover
cover
your
the nipple,
nipple.
buddy.
We're on
Are you
Twitch.
serious? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, damn, dude.
It's all good,
Okay.
bro.
What's it,
He's got a
dude?
Garfield
Like-
Superman star, but with a G.
So, like, and the significance behind it, people used to think it was gang related because of G and like GDs and stuff like that, and or whatever the case may be. But it was just Super Garfield. I was like, you know, I'm fucking superhero, out of this bitch. And the dude that did it was this white dude named Terrence Johnson, right? Big ass. When I'm talking about, this motherfucker got jumped by 8 people with locks and socks and beat all their ass, knocked out 3 of them off the muscle. That's how big this dude was. He's the only person I'll ever let tap me ever. And look, this when he went to prison for strong arm robbery. When he used to go in there into the stores and stuff like that, he ain't pull out no gun. He used to grab the cashier, grab him by the collar, punch him one time. He's like, bro, I had to practice that punch because sometimes I hit him too hard and knock him out, and then I can't get in the register. So I had to like, yeah, this is that. Yeah, he was like, I had to like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hit him with that 70%.
yeah, like boom, just all right, come on, just open the register. Let's get my. But he was cool.
It's like those
But I'm
fucked
saying
up stories about pink socks.
he
You
was.
remember learning about pink socks in high school?
No.
You're fucking a girl from behind and you punch her in the back of the head and pull out real quick.
Jeez, this donkey punch.